hate puppies.
It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened. That dude's a bitch.
All right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and figuring out which button to push. There we go. I was like, that is not getting quieter. Horrible.
Your producing skills are getting better.
Better and better.
Better and better. And better.
The only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and helping you figure out what to drink next week or not drink next week or this weekend or whenever this comes out. It's been kind of a long day. It's Halloween here still.
It is.
You guys are listening to the past.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's a whole bunch of new people who elected.
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh.
What's going on, man?
I'm here to talk bourbon and scotch.
I understand. Pad, Stu.
So, we just had someone walk into
Yeah. It's all good.
into the
It's
pallet house, and Brendan is so he's had a long day. They were at a Halloween party, and I'm guessing by the looks of that, his wife left her phone at the Halloween party, and some hero just came in to hand back the phone.
Speaking of Halloween, how many miles did you put in today with your kids? How many miles do you think you walked?
Walked?
Yeah.
I think my youngest kid said he walked like 8,000 steps.
Keeping track of it?
Yeah, he's got a gizmo on like one of those phone watches.
Oh.
So we walked for a solid 2 hours around the neighborhood. We made we stopped at like almost 70 houses, I think.
Jeez.
So
You hit 70 houses tonight?
Yeah.
How
They-
big was the hall?
Well,
do they
My-
fill up and go back for, like, say, he empty this and
so
go back for
my
more?
youngest son, they were like, everybody was generous. My oldest son was like keeping track. He just wanted one piece of candy at each house because he wanted to see how many houses he could hit. And plus, you know, I was talking about this to a dad, and we could talk about it because I think it's true. So when we were kids, like Halloween was huge, right? Because you didn't have candy in your house. So like my house always has candy in it. Like it's just always around.
Yeah.
So like it's not a big deal for the kids have fun doing Halloween, but like they will not eat all their candy. I can guarantee that. We will be throwing candy out.
When we were kids, I would say a multiple of 4. Like, divide the number of candy bars and options of candy right now divided by 4, and that's what we had. There's so many more candies in the last 40 years that are
But
out
we still
there.
go back to the heavy hitters.
Gum.
Especially in the chalk. Well, no, yeah. You used to
Pennies.
get like Wrigley's. You would get rolls of pennies and stuff. Which are just going to end up in your car window later, so don't hand out the rolls of pennies.
We had like 3 or 4 houses giving out full-size stuff. Like,
Respect.
that never happened when I was a kid.
A full-size bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live
yeah.
on a little 6-house cul-de-sac, so there weren't, I'd
Yeah,
trick
yeah.
or treat there.
We have the advocates here.
I would go down to
Yeah, sorry, that was all crazy. Like,
Yeah.
neighbor, I was just at his house earlier tonight for a Halloween party, and I guess my wife must have left her phone over there.
That's what I pieced together.
Yeah.
So
Was
yeah.
that was after she dropped it?
And a different phone.
Oh,
I
different
just-
phone.
I just want to put it out there.
Multiple phones.
I really appreciated, Brendan. You said, Stu, pat it.
Yeah.
You didn't go to Troy. Didn't go to the
No,
advocates.
there
it was a joke.
No,
Throw it to the crazy guy.
I throw it to Stu. I was like, Stu, Pat, I got to go.
And who talks?
I hope
Troy.
Stu.
It was me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Come on.
I thought it was kind of funny.
it was-
That
Stu,
was
Pat.
funny.
No, I shit myself when you said it. I was like, oh, shit. I got to go.
Unprepared for this moment.
I thought you've been working your way towards it, man. I thought,
I was, but Troy just kept talking. So
I thought the beer tending was
I was
supposed
good.
to help out with
I was
that.
good.
Yeah.
I was.
Troy knows how to pad. There's no doubt about that.
That's right. I've been padding for a while.
Yeah, but I did want to. I figured
That
that
was
was
funny.
comically speaking, because I was in a panicked mode. I was like, oh boy, I'm not even used to this usually.
Well, I felt
so-
bad because I know I met the guy, but I'd forgotten his name, so I was like, oh,
He
hey,
looked
it's-
familiar.
Yeah, it's Jason. He's
Yeah.
a good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Obviously.
He
Bring
had
your
us
wife's
over.
phone over.
Yeah, and I wonder if he'd been texting me or something. Now that oh yeah, totally, he'd been calling me and stuff. That's my bad, Jason. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Shout out. Not all heroes wear capes.
That's the truth. Some of them wear. What was he wearing?
Like
All
a
black.
tracksuit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was like a devil earlier.
Trying to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
He's pretty close to Ray with Spirit
Yeah,
of
he,
Halloween. You look at him like he came in. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Ray's here. And then I looked at him
On
like,
Halloween night?
Yeah.
no, that's not Ray.
That guy can't stop. Love it.
He's ready for next year.
Dude, I'm having one of those atomic pumpkins right
Me
now.
too,
from New
man. It's
Belgium.
delicious.
Oh, dude, on Halloween, come on.
Feels right.
The weather's cooling down for it.
Yeah, it's the finest beer. That's why I've been sitting on these 6-packs for a while. It's all everyone runs out and buys them all.
Yep.
So,
Everybody have a good Halloween.
yeah, man, it was definitely a good Halloween. I
You're
dressed up.
as
I
you're
changed,
still dressed up.
I changed out of my outfit and put on this lumberjack outfit.
Just killing some logs.
Dude, I enjoyed that. I was riding around the electric skateboard with the giant axe over my shoulder, just skateboarding down the road. Stu was following behind me. He's like, man, I had you pegged at doing about 20 down the
Really?
street.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
because he left to go do the Halloween thing with the neighbors. But what was funny was he got on his board, left on the electric board, goes out of the driveway and down the street, and I pull out right behind him. But as soon as he got on the street, his next door neighbors are either the kids or the neighbors like hollering, like going, yeah, like your next door neighbors right here, whoever's on the front porch.
Yeah, they were hyped, dude.
They were
There's
like,
a Paul Bunyan
like
on
there's
a
a Paul
skateboard.
Bunyan on his skateboard, and he didn't even have his beanie cap on. He had the helmet.
Well, you got to wear a helmet, dude. I was doing 20 miles an hour, as you saw.
Yeah,
so.
no, it was. I was pacing you about 40 yards back. I was like, he's doing
You were
20.
Marco Poloing us last night at like 3 a.m. riding home on that thing.
I neither confirm nor deny that.
And Stu was like, one of these days, you're going to be doing that. And you're just going to see lights disappearing, phone clicking. Like,
There's a deer.
dude, your dog is freaking out. Your blue ox is freaking out back there. What is going on?
There's a
it's
lot
all
of
good.
commotion outside. It is Halloween night, and I hear a lot of voices.
Oh, really? People
cheering,
are still out?
cheering and screaming. Oh man, they're
Y'all
everywhere.
had a party. I saw. It looked like there was a party across the street when I pulled up.
There's parties going on all through this neighborhood tonight.
Well, it's kids. Kids are 6 to 8, and adults are 9 to noon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about right. This is when all the slutty outfits come. This is when I'm going to pull my flannel up and tie it into a little knot.
There
like
you
Lee
go.
was telling me to do earlier. Go into slutty lumberjack.
It's the only time your girl can dress up like a slut, and nobody's going to shame her because you're like, that's a good outfit.
Yeah, this is when Paul Bunyan stops swinging axes, starts laying wood.
I see what you did
That's
there.
right. Looking good. I know what I haven't done though. I haven't eaten a lot of candy today. It's just
Yet.
been it's coming. It's coming. You don't worry about me. But I just,
we don't-
haven't done it yet.
We don't want to stay away from the MSG, right?
And there's no MSG in candy. That's in chips, like sour cream and onion chips and Doritos, that stuff. Ramen noodles. Ooh, you may as well give me a bowl of crack.
My brother ran out of candy one year, and that's what he gave out. He had
Ramen noodles?
He had a big Costco bag of
I would
ramen
have
noodles,
changed
and he
my
gave them
mask
out.
5 times and gone back to that.
He
house.
handed them out
That's
like
awesome.
he handed them out like crazy. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, that's all I got."
And it's cheap and easy.
I'd rather get like small bags of chips than candy. Like I definitely like.
At some point,
The-
it's too much candy.
Yeah.
My daughter was fired up because she had Sun Chips. She was like, and the biggest score.
Yep.
I was like, you know what? Not wrong.
Yeah.
Tree hugger.
How many fun size candies do you need? Like after 50, you're like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
Let's switch it
All
on.
of a sudden, you get some of that Sun Chip
Yeah.
action. Shit.
So I have a serious question for you, Brendan. Are you going
I
to keep the
doubt
sun
it.
in on your beard?
This is the opposite of sun in.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Darkness.
it's dark. So for everybody that's not
Here.
seeing it,
Yeah, and I wish I
Paul
could
Bunyan here.
show everybody the stuff because, like a grown man, I have it's like mascara, quick cover root touch up, and this stuff comes out and it's got the full mascara brush. And I
It's
just
like a straight up mascara
Yeah.
tube.
Yeah.
just rub it in, and all of a sudden I have a super dark beard.
Well, you and Troy both have gone back 20 years. You
Yeah.
colored your beard from gray to auburn, and
Oh, now that
Troy
I know
shaved
this is,
his beard, and you both are like 20 years younger.
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Now that I know that I can just rub in any beard color I want at any time. Oh man.
Now we know I have a face for radio, but we also now know every November I have a face for a beard.
Yeah, you know what I never noticed is how you have a deep dimple in your upper lip.
Yeah.
Like whatever that part is,
Mhm.
a big old deep one.
Also have a big fat round face that needs a beard to help.
The abacus
Clean
and
it
I
up.
didn't notice anything about his lip. But go ahead, Brendan.
Well, Brendan's over here waxing poetic about Troy's lip cleavage.
That's right.
basically.
The dude has got big cleavage.
Yeah.
What is it,
He
was that-
appreciates it.
Is that a D cup up there?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
And very high and tight for someone your age. To be honest.
Yeah.
Looks like you haven't had any kids out of that mouth.
Nope. Haven't taken any or got pushing me out.
I mean, that's fantastic. Look like you haven't had a single foot-long hot dog in your life.
From the middle out.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well done. So tight.
Yeah, it's growing season, so I was walking around with trick-or-treating with the kids, and all my neighbors were, like, freaking out. You know, it's, like, dark, and they don't really see you, and they see the wife and kids, and they're like, is that Troy?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, who is that? And they're like, I didn't even recognize you. It's like, I know.
You didn't even have to get dressed up. You just shaved.
No,
and
I was like, this is my
who's the
creepy
new guy?
creeper face.
Yeah.
I look super weird.
This is my stalker face.
Yeah.
Showed up today.
Lee, you still got the full beard.
Yeah, I'll probably shave tomorrow.
Yeah,
Nice.
tomorrow's shave day.
No,
Well,
actually,
Wednesday is.
Wednesday.
Well, no, this comes out on Thursday.
Yeah.
So 2 days ago.
Or no, this comes out on Friday.
Yeah, so shave days whenever you want it. But I know I'm shaving tomorrow. I can't wait
Yeah.
because this beard is full of wax.
You got to get an extra day or two in if you can.
Yeah. You definitely got to sneak them in there,
Yeah.
especially for somebody like me. My beard doesn't grow in that full anyway.
Might I recommend mascara for the beard?
Because
Just straight down the skin.
Because this is only like a 2.5 week beard, and I have when you put that mascara in, like
Yeah,
that
full.
adds a month
Yeah.
quick.
Fills
Well,
it
they say
in.
it adds volume, so.
Oh, it certainly does.
You look more like you're not really doing the Paul Bunyan. You look more like what's that guy from Rudolph the Red-Nosed
handsome.
Reindeer, the Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Yeah, that's
Not Don Cornelius.
do not look like Cornelius.
the Swedish guy with the red.
He looks like when a chick dresses up as a
Silver
lumberjack
and
and
gold.
like.
Yeah.
has-
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I think.
I don't see it.
A handsome chick.
Yeah, and if you
Thank
put and if you put Bowflex in the coupon code,
I bought a Nectar hat this week and got my wife some sunglasses. Dropped Bowflex in the coupon
Did
code.
you notice
Save
that
20%?
it popped up on my Facebook? Nectar is following Inside the Pallet House. Finally.
Have they not been?
I guess not.
Oh,
success. It only took a little
6
while.
years, 6.5 years.
I guess I finally placed another order, and
Yeah.
we saw that Bowflex
Yep.
code come in and was like, you know, those guys might be all right.
No, they had a threshold on the. We had to purchase so much before they followed us.
Well, it must have been thousands and thousands of dollars for that
It
threshold.
was 999.
It was
of the
$89.
Yeah, we just been
it was
waiting.
$89.99.
Well, I got my sweet
No.
East Coast hat now.
Yeah, their new hats look sick.
Yeah. They make some good looking stuff.
We've been saying this.
Just finalize the ad since we've been talking about them.
Yeah, just drop Bowflex in the coupon code and you get 20% off of anything.
Polarized sunglasses, super high quality, super affordable, and other things too.
I bought that East Coast hat. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Like, East Coast.
And Brendan will include a mascara stick for your beard.
I've got that dope
I will.
pineapple and skull flag hanging out at my lake place. It's been there. It's been out all year and it's not tattered at all. Like, I'm actually surprised it's like holding up. Like, I don't
Damn.
take it out. Like, it's just hanging off my deck, and it's still
It's a dope flag.
yeah. Highly recommend.
I agree. Good. That dog looks fired up, dude.
Yeah. What is
Dude,
What's going on
speaking
with
of
the dog?
fired up, I went to a youth football game last night.
Yeah, I see that's your thing. You go to those every
Saturday
Yeah.
night, man.
He likes the kids.
Can't get enough. Can't get enough. I'm just a big fan of that middle school.
Middle school. Yeah.
Big middle school football fan. I like how they
What's that
you know,
word that starts with P?
professional fan. Jackass. Like
No, it's jack off.
jag off. So my daughter cheers, so I
Yeah.
have to go support
The younger one.
support her. Yeah. But so this football team, this horrible football team.
The one she cheers for?
Yeah, they have showed me, like, it breaks my heart when they're like, you know the story, you're in Bucks territory. And I'm like, not really. Like, we're in someone else's stadium and down 34 to nothing. Like,
We just came out of halftime.
Yeah.
but, like, I'm trying to get hype with her, but, like, I haven't had anything to get hype with. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
the
they're not
team-
giving you
the
anything.
team hasn't been great. Well, a week ago, we ended up having this game where, like, it came down to it, and they had first and goal with 1 minute left, and we're up by like 4, and we held them. Like,
Oh,
like
nice.
shut them down. And so every time I'm like stomping,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
cheerleaders like stomp your feet. I'm like dope, 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 like getting all
Nice.
hype. Like, and the whole crowd started screaming, and like it disoriented the team. They got an offsides. And, like,
Nice.
they came back
Oh,
by.
shit.
I was like 12 man, yeah. Like, I was like feeling it. Like,
Brendan's running up and down the sideline with no shirt with a 12-man flag.
woo! Hey, like I couldn't believe it. Like we were doing it.
He's getting a Bucks tattoo.
Heck yeah.
The whole time his daughter's like, oh Oh my God.
Nah, but that's the point of my story. I am nowhere near the problem in those stands. Oh, my.
there's some,
no,
like
parents?
diehards
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
of the players. Obviously, not the.
Man, I ran into a neighbor the other day and I was walking out and I was like, "Oh, how you doing?" They were like, "Oh, I saw your daughter. She's doing great." I was like, "Oh man, thank you so much." And they were like, "Yeah, we just come to the games. No, don't have any affiliation. They just
Wow.
like their kid goes to the school but not on the team, or their grandkid goes to the school but not on the team. But they're like, screw that. We don't miss.
We don't
like-
miss middle school football.
We don't miss it."
Fan number one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
and
can also
and-
account for every kid that's gone missing.
And it was an away game. Like, it's not like it was like in
Oh,
the
wow.
backyard. Like, they were on the other side of town. I was like,
Now I would
holy
be. I
shnikes.
would fully understand anyone who lived like in the neighborhood and was like, let's just walk up to the game and like
just
check
go to
it
the
out.
game.
Yeah.
Like in Richmond, there's that Richmond Little League right there.
Yeah.
That I'm always jealous of those houses that live right there. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
Sit
I
on your
just
front
I
porch
just
and
sit on my
watch.
front
Yeah.
porch and watch.
Oh,
Little
dude, but
League
that
games
field is
all
like
night.
it's green. It's got the scoreboards. The fences are great.
Yeah,
the
oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's a field of dreams, right?
It would be sweet if you just lived right across the street.
Yeah.
Just like pick a team. Like watch like 6 games
Yeah.
and then go, that's who I'm riding.
Yeah.
And don't miss a game.
Yeah.
That's
Or
it.
you just have a buddy over and you flip a coin. You're like, you're home, you're away. $5.
$5.
Let's go.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Just sit on the front porch
Yeah.
and just make like little small bets.
Here's
yeah.
here's the over under.
Every
Who hits
game.
the scoreboard? Who hits the dog?
you're over there like, Timmy, come here. If you throw the game, I'll give you $1.
You're like,
I got $5 on this.
$1. This kid gets a hit.
Literally
All right, I'm
giving you
in.
20% of my winnings here.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something that was like next time you go to any baseball game with your friends, just take like $21 bills and just throw them on random shit. Like,
Yeah.
just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Have a little fun.
You're talking to a gambler. And I feel you.
Of 12-year-olds.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you running numbers up there? You got a book
He's got
going?
like
yet?
Ever since the stupid FanDuel showed up, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like it's too easy to put.
I was talking about that to some people. It might have been in here last week, but like, I'm kind of worried about this like online sports book thing going. Like, it's basically taking the lottery and saying you don't even have to get off your couch anymore, dude. You don't have to go up to 7-Eleven and put your numbers in. You can do it
Yeah.
from your phone.
put $1,000 on the Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, and like these companies are doing that. Like, I think it was FanDuel or one literally had $1,000 like sign up and you get $1,000. Like, they're so sure
Oh,
they're
it's
going to make their
awesome.
money. They're like, we'll just start you with $1,000.
credit.
Like,
Why
here you
wouldn't
go.
I give you $1,000?
Yeah.
You're a loser.
Yeah, because the hook ad you hear on the radio is place a bet on either team to score a 3-pointer and you get $100.
Yeah.
I was like, well, somebody's
Well,
gonna
the
score
trick
3
is
points. I was like,
that you
but-
can't pull that money out
No,
until
exactly.
you
Goes
have
for
gambled
that
the
much
equivalent
away.
amount.
Yeah.
right, but it goes towards credit. Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
brilliant scheme.
So you're
It's
like,
worked great on me.
they're like, put $1 on for either football team to score a point. And it's like, no football game in 120 years has ended with 0-0. Like, and we'll give you $1,000.
Yeah,
It's like,
as someone that hasn't
Actually,
signed
no,
up for those.
there has been. I think it was like in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah, so like the
there was
modern
there was
era
a
of
yeah,
football,
yeah.
So-
there was one team that
80 years I was off. My bad.
no, but yeah, there's like one time it
So
happened where
stupid.
two professional teams
Yeah.
like zeroed it
Way to
out.
shit on my point.
No, you're right though.
no, it was no points. That was all. No one scored.
But I was gonna say
I've not signed up. Like, I will not get involved in this.
Yeah, I don't. You hear these radio ads, and they
I
always
will.
give you these like you'll get
Yeah,
credit
yeah.
or whatever. So that money is always locked in, right? Like
Yeah.
you never get that money out effectively.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Like you can.
No,
let's say you
no.
win.
If I win that $100, then I just have to bet $100.
oh,
And
the
after
free
I've
money.
after I've bet all of it,
Okay.
win or lose,
So you could
You
if you,
can take it
continue to
back.
theoretically win that $100.
You can
at
take
some
it out.
point it becomes
Yeah.
yours.
it becomes yours as soon. Like if I turned around and my very next bet was for $100, I will have fulfilled my obligation.
Gotcha.
And if I hit, then I get all of it.
Ah,
But if I lose,
That's how sure they are once they set that hook.
Yeah.
You're not going
Absolutely.
anywhere.
But that's what I did on the Super Bowl last year. I placed all these bets, but then one of them was which team's going to win, and whatever you bet will give you like 500 odds. So like
Yeah.
5 times your money. So I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty confident that the Bucks are going to win. So I put like whatever I put, like $50 on them or something, just to like go for the
Yeah.
gold, and it crushed. So I was like, ha, I'm rich. That amount is slowly dwindling in my account because now I bet 10.
Yeah, yeah.
And pretty steady, 10, 15, 20.
But you're
if
playing
you
with
can't
house
lose.
money, so you really haven't lost anything yet.
No, and the funny thing is, I actually have a lot of like long-term bets. Like if the Bulls cover 43.5 this year games,
Wins.
then that's
They'll
100.
cover the games.
I think so.
But they need to cover the
if
wins.
they win 43.5 games,
That'd be a solid
44.
bet. Will the Bulls play 43 now? I'll take
Wasn't
the
it
over.
like 40?
they would've-
What did
would've
like 48
COVID.
last year?
No, last year it was like 34, and they couldn't
dropped
do
down?
it.
Oh, they went up?
Sucked. So I have $100 on that, but that takes away. So now 100 of that money sitting in escrow. I got a handful of those long-term bets. It's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. So I'm at my junior high game. You know, legit.
Betting.
Just betting on
Yeah.
kids, taking them out, grabbing them by the face mask. You got to block, Jimmy. Come on. But some of these
My
parents,
daughter's over here cheering her ass off for
yeah,
you.
you're
Tighten
making her
up,
look
Timmy.
like a fool.
Yeah.
Miss another block, and I'm no more
I'll break your
cheerleaders.
kneecaps.
But so that's kind of what happened. Like all of a sudden, this one kid comes to the sideline.
There's
and
no-
he's like,
there's
So
no-
did y'all
there-
win that game you were talking about?
"Oh,
where you stopped
dude,
them?
we held him. We held him all 4 downs, and it was like the first time I'd ever seen the team show heart.
But there's like
And I
no
was
kids.
so
There's no
invested.
kids over the age of 14.
No,
It's middle school.
yeah, these are young. These are little kids. Some
6,
of them
7,
are
8.
Yeah.
Some of them are huge. Some of them are little.
Yeah.
Like you can see the kid who like hit puberty in 6th grade, and then the kid who's not going to hit puberty till
Oh, yeah.
sophomore year. And I feel horrible for those kids because they're like, "Come on, guys!" trying to like.
I
hang.
see it on my 12-year-old's ball team where there'll be like a kid that's under 5 foot and under 100 pounds, and then there will be a 5'8" kid that weighs 180 pounds, and you're just like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
This past game, the other team had a kid on the line that I was like, I would not want to be on the line against that guy.
Yeah.
Like it would.
Just trucking motherfuckers left
It
and
would
right.
take technique for me to beat him off the line because I kept noticing he goes straight up and then like runs through him because he's so big, and I'm like,
He doesn't
his
need.
technique's trash. I'm gonna get low and light this kid up. But
Yeah.
and I even said something to one of the parents. I was like, man, that kid over there is too big. I was like, I saw him truck one kid and then run over and truck another kid, and they were like, yeah, that first kid he trucked, that's our kid. And I was like, oh. Probably shouldn't be talking to the parents over here. Like, I was trying to commiserate with you that kid's a monster, but sorry about your kid. But
So what you hear from
Brendan's
what
he trucked that one kid who was just trash.
I mean, that kid.
Kid's
parents are
suck.
like,
I don't know if that kid's ever gonna hit puberty. You know what I'm saying, man?
so I got a
that kid's
sneaky,
special needs or something? What's going on?
I got a sneaky feeling you're going to tell us about what was coming out of the parents' mouth.
Yeah. Well, so here's the problem. After that game, I saw something. I saw something in my team.
Saw some
now
heart.
I'm in. Like all these games we've been losing, I just wasn't feeling it. I would just stand there and go through the motions. But now I'm like invested. I'm like, all right, it's playoff time. Like these kids are really coming together. They're forming a team. So now I'm on the sideline. I'm kind of like, yeah, like, come on, guys, let's go, let's go. Hey, great cheering.
But are you
girl.
cheering or are you coaching?
No, I'm cheering. I'm not one of those guys. But I did see at one point in this last game, this broke my heart. Kid comes off like no one snapped the ball, nobody moves. One of the defensive kids just tears around the end. No ref blows a whistle, stops anything,
wow.
and he just lays the quarterback out. And I'm like, yo, you just let a 12-year-old get crushed. Blow the whistle. And like everyone starts hooting and hollering, and like, of course he's like, y'all shut up. Y'all be quiet. Like he's yelling
Yeah.
back. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. But then
No refs ever.
Yeah,
been
but in
wrong.
the back of your
Yes.
head, I've played flag football with you, and if you were that linebacker, you just kept going too.
yes, I get why it had that been on the other side. I've been like, ref should have blown the whistle.
Yeah,
but you
say
got
no whistle, bro.
Got to finish
Yeah.
the play.
Play till you hear the whistle. That's what
But
they
so
say.
this little kid comes over, and when I say little, I'm using that kind of in air quotes. Like he's one of the bigger kids on this team. He's like the fat roly-poly lineman kid.
Yeah.
So like he's tough, man. Like he's able to knock down these kids. And he comes over to the sideline and he's like, Mom, these guys are talking so much trash to me. Like they're making fun of me. They're calling me names. Like, and he's like really upset.
Yeah.
And his mom is like, grabs him by the shoulder pads. He's like, they talk shit. You talk more shit. You don't let any of them push you around.
Whoa.
Screw those guys. And then
Aggressive.
his aunt comes over and he's like, yeah, you make sure. I know it's his aunt because this continued for a while. So she like fires him up and she's like, you do not let him push you around. You go back out there and you talk more shit to him. And I'm like, I get the principle of it.
But you're
You get
supposed
the
to be good
intent.
sports
Yeah.
too. Like it's not about winning.
Yeah.
It's about like.
And if you're going to give this advice, the real advice is talk shit at the right moment
Yeah.
when no one's looking kind of thing. But This is not the advice he was given. He was shaken by his mom by the fence, told that he was being a little bitch, and to get out there and talk more shit. And then she said, I want you to rub his nose in the grass. And I'm like, all right, cool. Mom's got some fire. And my wife's laughing.
Mom's
like
got a hundo on this game.
This mom keeps turning over and going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And my wife's like, no, I get it. You're good, girl.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, good. Look, you talk shit to him. You rub his nose. And I'm like, gosh. So then the kid comes back like a little later in the game, right after he got a penalty for talking shit. And he
15 yards.
He comes over to the sideline and he's bawling. And he's like the big kid. And he's just bawling because he's a kid, you know? He's bawling his eyes out. And he's like, Mom, I did what you said. I went back and I got meaner. I said more. And
it's obviously not in his nature. Like, it's not
no,
who
he's
he is.
He's a soft kid.
Yeah.
Not in a bad, you know what I mean? He's a nice kid.
He's a
gentle
nice kid. Yeah.
And
Called him a TS.
yeah, this TS. Fuck you, TS. So he comes back and he's bawling his eyes out because he's like, the ref called me. He was talking shit. Like, he called me. You know, and the mom's
well,
like,
the other kid's obviously like top notch,
Better
like
at it.
chirper. Like that dude
hell
knows what
yeah.
he's doing.
No, he knows exactly what he's doing. So the mom is like, this is bullshit. Like, goes off, losing it. Which ref?
Oh, she's gonna
And it's the
settle
sa-
his hash.
Yeah. So now he's like, I went over there, like told mom.
Oh no.
And she's like, you go tell that son of a bitch that
Whoa.
the woman in the gray sweatshirt, because he knows your mama is gonna fuck him up.
Oh, wow. Wait.
I'm like, what is happening right now? So
Is the ref dad?
No. Dad's not here yet. Dad comes over just in time to see the very end of this interaction. He's like,
no.
he's like, what was?
What did I miss?
He's like, Karen, settle down.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and that's how I found out the aunt, because then the aunt comes over and goes, yeah, and the auntie in the sweatshirt says, fear the turtle. You tell him to come over and talk to me too. And so the kid goes back out on the
Did he
field.
go to the ref?
Bro, he went to this kid
No.
blindly does what his mama tells him to do.
Wow.
And I respect him for that. He loves his mama.
Yeah,
and
but that's
like,
gonna bite him in the ass,
dude, he went up to that ref and was like, see that woman over there in that gray sweatshirt? She'd like to have a talk with you.
Refs love when you do that, by the way.
Love that.
Yeah, they're gonna really start calling more calls your way when that happens.
Yeah. So then the dad comes over and he's like, yo, like, Tina, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here? And she's like, that other boy was talking shit to our boy. And then I told him to get back in there and talk shit back. And then they called a penalty on our boy. And he's like, yeah, well, I don't know, man. Like, maybe. So you can tell, like, he doesn't have a lot of
That
hand.
dad just, I was going to say,
Yeah.
that dad gets his ass handed to him
all
on
the
a
time.
daily.
So he didn't want to get into it with Tina because Tina was going to kill him.
Yeah.
So he just kind of he's like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, sometimes you send him in there, they do that, and then and he's stumbling for words, and I was like, I'm going to step in because I know the answer he's looking for.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's who they catch. You know what I'm saying? Refs.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, what this guy said.
Who's
I'm
your
like-
boy out there?
I'm like,
You're like, that's my daughter cheering.
yeah.
right
I'm
there.
like, but buddy, I got my wife. I get it.
Yeah.
I know. We got to tap dance, buddy. I'll help you tap dance. So at the end of the game, we lose, unfortunately. You hear people coming out there?
Yeah, I
Like,
can't tell.
crazy. So we hear the ref comes walking out, and like no one's paying any attention because we're like walking the kids off the field, trying to keep them good. Ref comes by, and he's like walking along, and he's like, heard you were looking for me, Mom.
Oh, wow.
Decided to call it out.
Nice.
Wow.
And she was like, oh, it's you. And she's like, heard you were talking shit to my boy, pulling penalties out when you should. He's like, don't talk shit. And like, he didn't talk shit to the boy. He was talking shit elsewhere. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
He got it. He got a little twisted.
Yeah.
But so she's letting him have it, and he's like, I don't have time for this. And he's like walking away, and she goes, oh, well, hey, fuck you!
Oh,
in front
wow.
of everybody. And he just keeps walking, and you can see she was like, Yeah, that did it. Got him.
Totally got
Damn.
it.
And I'm just like, damn, like just straight up, yo, fuck you. My daughter's right here to my right. All the little kids around. I was like, all right, well,
Jesus.
I don't think she won, but at the same time,
There are
she
no winners
did
here.
not back down.
There are no winners. You're right.
She didn't back down one bit. But there's a lot of these parents out there that are getting
Oh,
fired
yeah.
up and giving, like, go to the coach. The coaches are crazy enough. You don't
Yeah.
need mama telling you to beat up
No.
a kid. Oh, it's fun.
When I was playing Little League, when you turned 13, they would let you like umpire for lower leagues.
Yeah.
You make like $25 or whatever for
Yeah.
a game. And this was a semi-coach pitch also. Like kids would pitch, and if they walked the player, then the coach got to come in and throw like
lob one in.
pitch or whatever like the deal is. At 13 years old, I was having parents heckle me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
calling bad balls and
I'm
strikes.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am 4 years older than your kids out here playing.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like
It's
I'm a
insane.
child.
Yes.
And I'm calling them like I see them as best I
And
can.
by the way, there's
Exactly.
no scouts in the stands for your
No.
9-year-old, 8-year-old,
And they had
player.
no clue that you become the abacus and like add up 3
and
and
how
2.
good you were with
Yeah.
calling numbers.
I never screwed
Strike
that.
4.
Well, see, the one carries over to the next guy. That's
Yeah.
such a good
Oh.
strike
Exactly.
that hit 2 guys got out.
Strike 4. Ball 5. You get a walk.
Yeah, refs hate that. They really do.
Oh, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But he's also the same guy who missed the kid getting just clobbered. So I'm like, like I know he's a bad ref, but I also know that all he did was call a kid who was running his mouth in
Yeah.
a way you shouldn't be doing when you're 10,
I mean, you-
11 years old.
You did tell your kid to go talk shit. Like,
Yeah.
I
so-
love the kid. Like, I want to be like, kid, you do everything your mom says, and
Yeah.
I can respect that. Like, you
Yeah.
talk shit to the point you almost got ejected. You went and told the ref, if you want to fight, you go fight my mom. Like, he did it all.
Give me 10 years and I'll take you. But right now, you got to fight my mom.
It's all great, except that's a bad example.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. By any
That's
means.
not that
My
kid.
mama says foosball's for
Yeah.
the devil.
That kid will not be successful in life when his mom's fighting all his battles and he's talking shit
true.
nonstop.
But she's eloquent with words.
oh yeah, she's a wordsmith.
Hey, fuck you. He's like, nailed it. Got him. Yeah, he just kept walking.
That's so funny because a friend of mine came down from Northern Virginia. Her daughter is playing travel soccer, and they were at the field over off Genito. And there's one kid, like a soccer game should usually have like 3 referees at least,
Yeah.
out of bounds either side or whatever.
Yeah.
There's one kid calling the entire game. He's 17 years old. And he's like
God help
dead.
me.
40.
He's dead.
He's 40 yards from where the ball goes out of bounds. He's like, it's going the other way. The parents like lit it. I was like,
Losing their
you
mind.
can't you give the guy a break. He's just
Yeah.
he's out there having fun just as much. you know,
Not
it's just-
anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
He
yeah.
thought it would be fun.
Yeah, he's being $25 for one
Yeah.
game.
God, those are miserable times.
Yeah, it's cool.
Youth sports. It's
Yeah,
fun.
youth
Youth sports are insane. And you can't even gamble on them.
Yet.
We'll get there.
Well, also not like legally. I mean, we probably can.
We'll get there.
we got,
No,
a,
but
we
you
got a little
can't-
ring
you-
going for Richmond Little League here.
That's
coming up
right,
in a little
yeah.
bit.
But you can't sponsor the kids.
Spring draft, baby.
You can sponsor them, like on the podcast, like get like.
Oh, okay, you can't like put Chicken Fiesta on anything in pro sports unless they pay. Like,
So you
Yeah,
want to
our
sponsor
tra-
a kid?
Our travel team has sponsors.
yeah, everything.
We have a banner that we hang up, and if
How
you
much
pay
does it cost to be a sponsor?
$500.
We need a lot of Venmos, y'all.
Ooh,
Yeah, dude. What's that Venmo account? What is the choice? At something.
Oh, ours at Inside the Pout House.
There it
You'd
is.
like for us to sponsor your
what's the
youth Little League
what's
team?
the what's the
dude.
front line of that youth soccer team? They couldn't put all the letters together. It's just I and T and P.
It's perfect. Dude, we should do it.
Yeah.
Sponsor a little league team. They'd be like, "Oh man, we know about nutscapes and all kinds of stuff." Kids are gonna grow up.
Kids,
fast.
you're not allowed to listen to this. Sorry.
Yeah, don't listen to the sponsor.
One of our,
Don't
li-
Google
one of
who
our
the sponsor
listeners
is.
told me he was my buddy Billy was like, dude, I was dying when I heard the Nutscape thing. You were talking about how it's popping up with your wife and kids in the room.
It's awkward.
I remember as a kid playing in Little League that like Hooters tried to sponsor one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
teams, and there was a whole uproar at like whether that should be allowed for the kids. It was
I
like,
mean, if
this
Chico's-
team goes there every
If
freaking
Chico's bail bonds can do it, I mean, why
Yeah.
can't Hooters?
game. Yeah.
Well,
Well, all the coaches
Old
after my
Hooters.
game go to Hooters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
kids did
now
too. I
Teams
mean,
go, yeah.
now with the new uniforms, I don't think you can have them sponsor anymore.
Oh, because they got the short shorts.
You
up
seen
there?
these uniforms?
Yeah, they're like bikini
they,
bottoms.
They stopped. Like a couple girls were complaining.
Yeah.
And they're fired.
No, they so
Your
Hooters
services
really
have been
thought
rendered.
they were just going to pull that off. Like, I understand, like, showing more belly or something.
I mean, for the record, they're short shorts already. These are
Yeah.
shorter
no,
shorts.
these are basically,
Bikini bottoms.
they're thick thongs.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It is.
Yeah.
It's a thick thong.
Yeah, but they wear
cheekiest word
they
to
wear
use.
the pantyhose anyway.
Oh, then yeah, hang it all out.
Do you understand though? The ladies at Hooters are basically wearing the same things that you go to any Orange Theory fitness or workout,
Any pool.
like anything to work out. The sports bras, the shortcut pants.
I don't know, man. I do feel like
That's
you
right.
should
You
have
don't work out.
You should have the. I should work out constantly. Working out right now. How else would I be wearing my slutty lumberjack outfit?
Yeah. Sweating through
Well,
that flannel.
I think the difference is in a social setting, like you can choose what you are wearing, but in a place like Hooters, you're being told what to wear, and it's
Well, in Hooters,
objectifying. I mean,
their whole thing was, well, you don't have to work here, so like
yeah,
this
right
is
to
the
work.
uniform, and the girls are like, well, when I started here, the uniform
was 3 inches longer.
didn't have my ass hanging out.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
that's I saw two different things too, and I'm somebody that doesn't really go to Hooters. It's not my thing.
Dude, I'll tell
but-
my Hooters story.
But you also saw that there was like differences between what bartenders wear versus waitresses wear, and it's
The
like
bartenders,
Oh, yeah.
the bartenders aren't wearing anything skimpy.
yeah, like
Behind the bar serving?
Why not? That's the part I don't understand. Like, how do they get special treatment or?
Yeah, it's a different outfit. It's black pants, so it's a totally
Yeah.
different pant. Come on now.
You don't have to work there, and a lot of jobs change uniforms. Even in
that's
the business world,
well,
you
that's
might
the-
not
that's
have to
their-
wear a shirt and tie, and then you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But I see. I kind of get their logic there. I guess they're like, well, no, this is the uniform. You don't have to work here. But I also get the logic of, well, when I started, I was wearing this. It's going to work its way out,
Yeah.
and eventually, Hooters did have to give up on this
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
You can choose to wear
Which
whichever
of
one.
these, yeah.
Now there's going to
How
be
long will that last before they?
as the tip discrepancy occurs.
Yeah,
You'll start to see some of that because
people converted.
Well, yeah, the girls will be able to make their decision whether they want to wear like yoga pants or the thick thong.
I just loved that it was a massive
I
controversy.
know the ones that'll get tipped better.
Yeah. What's funny is Hooters was trying to go more family, and then I guess that wasn't working. So now they've decided to shift it back the other way.
I like that
So-
they have morals.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I can push my boobs together and hang them out, but I can't wear smaller shorts. That's a bridge too far.
Everybody's got a line.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Hooters is they're the
The
master.
wings.
No.
Oh.
They're the master. Those because you're distracted by the waitresses, either wearing the leggings or the thick thong or whatever. But they're the masters
tall
of,
socks
of
that give you-
illusion because they give you the pitcher of beer that you've ordered,
That is the
but it
best
comes
thing.
with 6
of ice.
huge cubes of ice in it, and you're like, you
Yep.
don't even notice that you got a pitcher of beer, but there's
And
half
they-
of it. Half of it's not even there because it's all ice.
Well, and they pour your beer for you.
Right.
So you only have one beer. I've
There's 4
walked out
beers,
of a
that's it.
Hooters, and my wife's like, well, how many beers do you have? And I'm like, one. Because I never saw the bottom of my glass. Like,
Right.
one beer. I don't actually know because they refilled it halfway through. That's the
But you're not getting a
best.
full pitcher of beer.
Customer service.
That center cylinder plus the ice bag, like.
Well, they're
jipping
geniuses
you.
because they're just straight forcing it down your throat the whole time. You're
Brilliant.
like, I'm not even thirsty, but you've topped me off, and now that thing's empty, and I must.
Yeah,
fill it
now we're
again.
all sitting
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
and they're like, you want another pitcher? And you're like, oh,
It's the
food's not even
Yeah.
here.
It's the IHOP coffee waitress.
Yes.
Top your coffee off.
Can you imagine if IHOP had to wear those shorts?
Jesus.
Probably stop
Hell
going.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty nice. Bertha, nice shorts. Get rough fast.
Where are my pancakes?
Dude, so we have a deli here today,
Oh, we're doing
Really?
those still?
Again?
and
Nice.
this deli came from somewhere mysterious.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I am saying what I think you're saying. Wait, what? I am saying what you think I'm saying.
Okay.
Just for everybody that knows, we can't take
There's
it
a-
seriously. He's wearing flannel and
back there.
suspenders.
No, there's a piece of paper
Oh.
right there on top of the kegerator.
It's a nice little letter.
Oh,
It's a love letter to.
Look at what that
ITPH.
is.
beautiful penmanship.
Oh, the best.
This is going to hurt, Lee.
Who's reading
saying.
this?
Do you want to read it? Anyone
Would you rather read it?
rather? No, but I certainly can. You want me to read
It's
it?
addressed to everybody.
I can read cursive.
I don't want to stumble through it.
Dear Itpa,
Off to a great start.
I'm not sure what that means. Weird, but he capitalized every letter.
It's the front. It's the front line of our sponsored football team, Little League.
And this right off the bat, I'm like, he's got me a little bit. So this is a letter from BooBoo Mysterio. It's official. He's crawled back
He's
out
back.
of the woodwork. Dear Itpa, if the ball has been in your court, then you stopped playing. But I'm glad you never sent beer to me in Alexandria because I've never lived here. Now, that is a callback to the fact that I thought I had this dude dead to rights living
Yeah,
in
you
Alexandria. Yeah.
Yeah, fourth wall is you 100% thought. I don't know. Because we still don't know who he is, but you thought you
No,
had
I
him.
still know who he is.
You still know who he is?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just wrong about somewhere where he lived.
Oh, okay.
I don't know everything,
People move.
but I know exactly because I've never lived there. If you do know who I am, you still don't really know me at all, which sounds like a song, right? You don't know me at all. So, got to keep the mystery alive for now. Shady BooBoo.
That was Simply Red.
I know you said you don't like bourbon ales, so in keeping on the theme of with other listeners, I'm sending you this one. Thank you, BooBoo.
So he is still a listener.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is one you haven't tried yet. With ITPH's combination of beer and bourbon tasting, I thought you should try this blend. It's one I've been known to seek out. So he
likes this.
As far as bourbon, beers go. Lastly, Troy, for the love of God, take the time to walk the listeners through how to rate and review the show. I've tried multiple times. Don't use iTunes or Apple Podcast. Good luck. Cheers. BooBoo Mysterio.
Boo-Boo's called me out.
He's called you out, and he's called all of us out because the ball was in our court and we didn't play.
So I'm supposed to know how to tell him to rate something on an app that he doesn't know how to rate something on.
Well, he also didn't tell you what app he's
Yes.
using because he's saying.
So I can clearly walk
Was
him
BooBoo
through.
mysterious? Weird.
How am I supposed to walk him through an app that he doesn't even know?
I think that's what he's
I
just
think
saying
what
if you're going to rant and rave.
I think he's asking you to know how to rate, review, and subscribe on all apps, all platforms, all operating systems. So
if all else fails,
if you could just get on that and
Yeah, I'll get right
get
on
back
that.
to us.
So he sent us
Fuck
the
you, BooBoo.
oh, wow.
Tell me not to fucking do my thing. You figure it out. Tighten the fuck up.
So you don't know how to rate and review.
I know how to rate and review on a little app called Apple Podcast app, which is what everyone listens to their shit through. And if you don't,
Some. No,
I
don't.
I think Troy just gave an open invitation for BooBoo to come on and tell us how to do this.
Just-
Oh, we're
yourself.
going to have Boo, but so BooBoo, I still do. I still do think I know who you are, and I just haven't been able to piece together some of the finer details. I know who you are. I just don't know, like where you are.
yeah.
like right now, like
like, but
you
every
looks
time,
like a GPS.
every time these beers come, there's always another clue. So here's what I do know: this beer left from Pennsylvania to come here.
Okay.
That's what I know. So narrowed it down to a state.
But it says Kentucky
One of
on the,
50.
on the beer.
1 of 50. But this
Did you
these-
tell what beer it was yet?
I haven't gotten
Okay.
there. But these beers have come from literally every damn corner of the world. But I still do. I still.
Well, he
pretty
hasn't done an
confident.
international one yet, has he?
Nah, BooBoo doesn't do international.
Oh, he's not allowed out of the country.
So he knows we don't like the bourbon beers. He intentionally sent us a bourbon beer because it goes with the theme of listeners sending us shit we don't want and the fact that we've been tasting a lot of bourbon. So he has sent us the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, and this is by Lexington Brewing and Distribution Co. So
Distilling.
I haven't tried. Oh, distilling.
Yeah.
So
I don't
So
know.
this is a distillery shot at a beer? Is that where it's
there's your 100.
What's the ABV on this?
700?
I think I saw 8.2.
You
when I
can't
looked
even
earlier.
read the fucking label.
Yeah, 8.2 for ABV. And it also calls it a Kentucky Irish Red.
What?
Kentucky Irish Red Ale aged for at least 6 weeks in freshly decanted bourbon barrels from some of Kentucky's finest distilleries.
From some,
Some.
not all.
Yeah. They didn't
Like you
pick
just
all the
take
good
random ones?
yeah.
Anybody got an empty bourbon barrel?
Boy, this thing is.
My tongue's furry.
He knows what he's talking about. He knew.
I can't believe he sicks us out.
Oh gosh, it's like it's bubbling up.
It
Oh.
leaves a very interesting aftertaste.
Yes.
Yeah, it's. If I had to put a pleasant note on it, it's like vanilla.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely in the tasting notes.
That's about it.
Tasting note.
Oh,
Lots of vanilla.
Yeah, I think it does say, tasting notes. Oak, vanilla, caramel, and toffee.
Yeah.
toffee. That's what I'm picking up. And I like toffee,
Yeah.
but
I hope you
this
love
is-
it. It's like a Werther's original over here.
Oh,
Out of your grandmother's purse.
That's right.
It's been there for at least 6 weeks, apparently.
God.
So that's an interesting beer.
Keep it in her shoe.
I got you, Sonny. Here's your Werther's.
Nah, this is good, dude.
Man.
Take the flannel off.
My flannel loves this, and my super dark beard loves
Right
this.
at home.
Yeah, this.
Who's
is what
going
we
first
do.
on this?
Oh,
Stew.
Perfect.
let me have one more
Pat
sip
Stu.
and then we'll go there.
Pat, Stu, we're leaving.
It's great. Enjoy your evening. So I was whispering into. No, I won't say that. I was
you can
talking.
say it.
I was talking to the abacus, and for some reason, I get this like carbonated sting. I get the same thing when I have a root beer.
Okay.
Don't compare this to a root beer.
I'm not. I'm
Jesus.
saying like
Slander
there's
root beer
a
like that.
It's
root
kind
beer
of
do you?
actually. No, I'll save it.
okay, but yeah. Thanks, Brendan. Appreciate that. I know where you're going.
Can you taste anything right now?
Yeah. Why?
Just you sound like you can't. Like your nose sounds like it's not. Your sniffer's not working. And your nose affects the way things taste.
No, I'm good. Trust me.
Trust me.
You hang out in front of a fire pit too
I'm
long.
a doctor.
You'll do the same thing.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying you sound very stopped up.
I'll tell you, there's no flavor in this at all. It's very bland. I don't smell anything. I don't really taste a whole lot. If I had to say, this may be the easiest drinking beer I've ever had in my life, and it's for something with as much booze as this has. I mean, you feel it, but you don't taste it. This may be my first 5, guys. I'm doing it. It's 5. The perfect easy drinking beer.
Jesus.
I love you, Chris. Peace out.
What do you think? What are you going to put on this, Stu?
Well, I'm gonna give it nothing spectacular for the marketing because everybody does the same thing. They try to make the bourbon barrel the front and foremost for anything they're.
It's cute when they have Kentucky with a horse on it. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you have
Just
horses
buy all
there.
the
You think?
stereotypes.
Yeah.
And then even
Um,
like the brown, you see
Yep.
the barrels in there.
Yep.
I do taste a little bit of the vanilla, but I think it's like it's a pungent, strong sting in the back end, and it sticks around for a little bit, and I don't like that. That's why I'm saying it's like
Yeah.
it's like I like a flavored like a good root beer, but the sting I'm getting that sting on the back end. I just don't. I'll give it a 2.5 because I'm not a big. I'm
2.5 right down the middle. Boom.
Well,
Cuts it straight down the middle. It's not a loser. It's not a winner.
because I don't drink a whole lot of bourbon ales
Yeah.
to begin with.
It's so. Truth be told, there are always bourbon stouts, bourbon porters.
Yeah.
This is my first bourbon ale,
Yeah.
and without. Oh, you see, like everyone else.
Yeah.
But see,
I would say of the ones you put it in, I actually like it best in the ale versus the stout or port. Now, I'm not
So-
saying much. I hate them all.
can I just elaborate on that quick point right there?
Yeah.
If it's a stout or an imperial, you don't have that much carbonation. This is an ale.
Which
And
is
you're getting
where
a lot-
and it's bugging you that it has all that carbonation.
Right, and I usually like carbonation, but this is like it's. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just like it kind of stings the back end of the throat, and I'm like, no good.
Well, it's definitely boozy. I mean, all the bourbon drinks are boozy. Duh. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, 2.5. I'll let everybody else make their own opinion.
Yeah, I'll go next because it's from the first sip. It hasn't changed for me flavor wise. It is extra heavy on that vanilla, that toffee, and I'm not somebody that does. I do not like toffee flavors. I'm not gonna like that flavor either. It's this is
Stings the
I
That's
don't
the
think-
brown. That's the brown ale.
That's the brown note.
I don't think this is good. I'll say a 1.5. There are some very good bourbon stouts, like you said, some very good bourbon porters.
Yeah.
This
I
with-
wouldn't
with-
say personally, I wouldn't say very good. There's some better than
Yeah.
this for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it is that red ale kind of base or what, but something in this is not good. Jeez.
Is that on point?
1.5 for me.
How the hell?
You were sounding off over there. You got something to say?
Lee's every third word. You're putting something out.
No one hears what you guys are talking about. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, you're off mic talking a lot of shit. I just wanted to try to.
If you want to talk shit, you talk to me.
Yeah.
You want me to go or you want to go last? I'll let you go last. This beer
All right.
sucks.
Wait, so we got a 1.5,
a 2.5.
Okay.
This beer sucks. This is awful. I like vanilla and I like toffee, but something about this is just pure. It's foul. It's gross. I don't like anything about it.
There's something about that aftertaste.
Yeah, it does not. I'm not a big fan of the stouts either, but I feel like I don't like this as much. Maybe it's because it's the red ale. I don't know. I feel like a 1 is really low, but I really don't know if I can give it a 1.5.
Wow.
I mean, this is bad. I will finish this because it's a gift, and I'm a professional.
You are really.
But this is not good.
But what, Troy?
I'll give it a 1.5 because I think
If
the
you're
lowest.
finishing it, I'm gonna say it's got to be a 1.5. It can't. Be
I think the lowest I've ever given anything is a 1. So I'll give this a 1.5. But I would never ever seek this out. I would never recommend this. And even if this was in your cooler, I'd be hesitant to even drink it.
Well, like I said earlier, there are significantly better.
There's some better
bourbon
ones.
aged
Yes.
beers out
Yes.
there. This is not one of them.
I
in
do.
my opinion.
Yeah.
But every time I hear bourbon barrel, like Troy, to your point, like would you expect this to be smoother?
I mean, they're all high octane, so
I don't get. I think this is smooth flavor. Like I don't have any issues with that.
Yeah, I don't have
get
the-
that
I'm
kinda
not
spicy
getting the-
or whatever,
smooth
like-
drinking.
I'm
Yeah.
not getting the
I mean, that's-
effervescent
Yeah,
bite
yeah.
or anything. It's just I just don't like the tasting notes of it. Like it's not working. I don't know.
I'm gonna shock you.
I feel like I'm not fully
Is it mysterious?
saying what I'm trying to say, and maybe I'm just at a loss for words. But the point is, I don't like this.
Oh, we got that.
Did
part.
you get that?
We got
Did you
that
pick that up?
Yes. I'm shocked by this beer. My first sip, I like. Now, granted, I've been drinking for hours at this point because it is Halloween and it's also Sunday, so there's some football to be watched. Then on to a Halloween party, then back here.
World
But I've been
Series.
pacing myself, so I'm not gonna throw too many
You started
stones
small.
there. Yeah, but this beer, the first sip I had, it kind of twisted my cap back like, oh, I don't want this at all, and it got gross quick.
Yeah, but if your cap's on backwards, I can't tell.
It's because it's a
Ooh.
Duke.
You're wearing a beanie.
Or
That's
if
right.
you're wearing one of those no brims.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I'm a lumberjack. And
Nobody can trust you.
so my second sip, though, all of a sudden it was all vanilla. There's that toffee or caramel flavor, and then I was like, oh man, it doesn't have all that stout nonsense in there that actually makes it taste better. Every sip, I like this beer more. I'm trending
Whoa.
the entire opposite direction of you guys. I don't
Wow.
taste all the booziness that upsets me with
It's okay to be
bourbon
wrong.
ales. I get that I'm
Yeah.
though I know that I'm going to live in the minority with this review.
Yeah.
But
You're
as
wrong
far as
sometimes.
bourbon beers go, I'm really digging it. Let's put it in the category.
In the bourbon beer.
Put the bourbon beer hat
Yeah.
on. So Lee, you're saying there's so many better ones.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's why you like it, is because it's not in the same realm as a true bourbon beer.
I think the way that red ale or whatever that is lends itself to the bourbon allows it to really just live in that vanilla caramel. It's almost too sweet.
Oh, it's
Is
definitely
what
too
I'm-
sweet.
Yeah.
is
It's
what I'm
definitely
tasting.
too sweet.
It's like heading in that Werther's direction where I'm like, oh boy, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it's rich.
But as far as a bourbon goes, this is one of the ones I like more. So I've been literally going in between 3.5 and 3
Whoa.
is where my head is on this.
Doesn't matter.
It's gonna get panned.
Yeah.
But I think if you are someone who likes bourbon and appreciates a sweet kind of bourbon,
So that's
I almost
BooBoo.
taste notes of apple in there, like from the bourbon. It's very interesting. I think this is actually a pretty good beer. I'm going to give it a 3. I'm not going to give it the full 3.5. But if we're going in that bourbon range, like the
Uh-huh.
bourbon barrel range, this is a 3.5 all day. But even in just the general beer world, I'll give it a 3. That's I like that it's kind of effervescent and it's not a stout.
I think that's what threw me though. Like,
It's
it is-
weird.
it is effervescent. It's like out there, but like every time I've had a bourbon barrel.
So what do
or
we
any
have here?
style, it's
A
like-
3,
1.5, 1.5, 2.5, and a 3.
So it's.
I think it's,
two and a
So
quarter.
Lee and I are right.
Two.
I'm not
Got it.
arguing with it. It's hard to argue with it, but it doesn't. It's just not overpowering like some of the bourbons.
Would you
out there.
recommend this?
To a bourbon drinker? Yes, because I think that usually the stout muddies the flavor, where it's like it just becomes its own thing. This one is bourbon. Like it really
Probably,
just
yeah,
lets
you're-
the bourbon
maybe.
pop.
I don't know that I agree with it. Like, I don't taste bourbon out of this, though.
You taste candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm picking up on that candy side of it. It's like a Werther's and some apple. I'm getting.
I can see that.
I'm getting
Yeah.
the parts of bourbon I like,
Yeah.
and not the
And
that
I
I don't.
I like the
Not the burning?
spicier bourbons.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Well, then
It's
that
probably-
would
it's-
make perfect sense because
It's probably
this
short,
isn't that.
It's probably a short brew time. Like it's not sitting in
It's
the barrel.
probably just that as a lumberjack, you know.
Oh yeah, you're hardcore.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out in the woods all day. I don't care if it's 2 degrees out or
Yeah.
90 degrees out. Like I'm working, you know.
Chopping wood, dude.
I work 'cause I'm
Yeah.
a man.
That's right.
I'm a man.
Your outfit says so.
Got a
The
big blue
suspenders,
ox.
Yeah,
Got a giant axe, bigger than any axe you've ever seen.
for sure.
And
I've
I
heard
just-
you have the biggest axe around.
Huge axe.
All the guys talk about it.
Chopping down trees in one swing. One swing. I mean, it's ridiculous. So a man like me appreciates a
Yeah.
strong drink. A strong drink.
Put some hair on your chest.
Yes.
All right, Lexington Brewing and Distilling. Just call up Brendan.
Yeah.
You need
I'm your new
next
smokes guy.
Hey.
Because your label looks like a poor man's Killian's Red label.
It does. It
That's-
really
I
does.
think
Actually,
going
that's
forward
exactly
that.
what it looks like. That's the Killian's Red Horse.
No,
basically,
it literally is a knockoff of, and that's why I've ignored this beer for as long as I can remember because I see it and go, "That's not Killian's." Ah, you almost
Hey.
got me, government cheese.
When a legit full-grown man like Brendan is running mascara through his beard, he needs a strong
Man,
drink.
that's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
dude, that is the same.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? This is,
Is
a
that
poor
the
man.
same company that makes it? It's got to be right. Because
I mean, that's damn near the same font.
That would be.
That's got to be like copyright.
Yeah, that's
infringement.
copyright
That's so
infringement. Like
close.
that is the exact same look.
I've ignored it every time because I think it's a knockoff of Killian's.
I knew it looked familiar, but I
Oh,
couldn't.
it's familiar. It's literally Killian's label. It's
Got to be the
very-
same company. Got to
Yeah.
be.
It's not. This is Kentucky Distilling or something.
Who makes Killian's?
Todd?
Todd. Classic Todd.
Killian's is made by Heineken.
Boom.
How is
Molson
this
Coors.
not?
I don't know. I assume they must look different in color. Or
I kind of wish we had a Killian's to put next to it to like.
Like I just assumed the color scheme was so
Oh no,
different.
this is
No,
very
it's the same.
dark and
It's the
it's
same.
black and red
It's
like
not
a
quite as-
Killian's.
Yeah, the Killian's one
Killian's
is
is
literally
l-
like black, white.
Oh, the
Yeah,
red, the red and black is
white,
flipped.
black.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
flipped.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see,
Yeah,
it's
but-
totally different.
Totally different.
It's like Vanilla Ice.
I was-
No.
I was
Dum
going
dum
there.
dum 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 dum, and mine goes dum 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 dum.
He's like mine goes dun 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 dun.
But actually, and it is the same time frame because 1999. That's a Killian's.
Oh, I've literally passed this 100 times because I'm like, you almost got me, fake Killian's.
Well, no, the Killian's is like 1860 something.
yeah, but not.
But it's pretty much
Here in the States.
1999.
Oh.
Very interesting. Well, I'm drinking the whole thing.
Dun 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 dun.
Doom. See, it's
There's-
different.
There's
Yeah.
7 beats, not 6.
Yeah, it's different.
Gosh,
Gosh, I don't, are you guys? Am I taking crazy pills over here? How do you not hear the difference? Shit.
I think
On this one, Bowie sings.
Yeah.
On this one, I sing. Do you not?
Yeah.
Do you not?
We're
What?
not the same people.
I don't. Gosh.
Did he win the lawsuit? Like it didn't go through. They tried, and
Oh
Ice,
no,
Ice
he-
got away with it. I
No,
thought.
Ice
no,
lost
he didn't.
that. I'm
He
pretty
lost-
sure.
oh.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was the same with the Verve that stole the Rolling Stones riff.
Yeah, people steal riffs in music
Yeah.
all the
That's what-
time.
yeah.
Like
It's the same.
I mean, the
three
most
chords
famous
used
rock
for
and roll
everything.
song ever was stolen.
Yeah.
Stairway.
Stairway to Heaven. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I did. Well, BooBoo, thanks for the beer.
I mean, Eddie Vedder made a
No, no,
career
no.
of
No, thank you.
just going. Rah, 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 rah. I mean, he stole it from himself constantly.
Yeah. Toddlers, really.
Not gonna.
Yeah, from dollars.
The other day, my daughter came in, and I was like, I'm so glad Troy didn't hear this. But I'll tell it anyway. She came in, and I was listening to Pearl Jam, and then she did an impression of Eddie Vedder, and she goes,
And you thought you were at a live show?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Brendan wanted to buy
no.
a T-shirt in his own living room.
It's like she did the Troy joke. He's
Hey,
like,
that's not my joke. That is not my joke.
That's America's
Yeah,
joke.
that's anyone who has ears.
but like,
Brendan's now setting up a stage in a cul-de-sac saying, I'm selling tickets. My daughter's
I'm just
singing.
saying,
Yeah.
an 11-year-old out of nowhere was like,
Just
"Oh, you're
fucking
listening to your
crushed.
Oh, you don't have
band."
to. Yeah, you don't have to pick that up. Like that's just common knowledge, dude.
It's just not funny.
Oh,
I'm not saying it's funny. I'm saying it's factual. Like, and I've
Not factual or funny. It misses both. It misses going
Look,
left, misses going
I
right.
wish I drank that Pearl Jam Kool-Aid that everyone our age did, because I've had this argument 100 times over. They're like, Pearl Jam's the greatest band ever, blah, blah. And I'm like, but all it goes is rah, rah, rah. And they're like, "No, what? But you don't. So what had happened was," and I'm like, look, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it all sounds the same, and I get it. It was popular when we were kids. And that's why it's popular to you.
You know what's funny, though?
I
It's just
appreciate
good.
that.
have you ever
That's
seen
not
the
good.
you ever seen
The
those
best.
guys of the Axis of Awesomeness, and they say you only need 4 chords to record every single song?
Oh yeah, where they do like
They
the,
do everything
Yeah.
from like grunge to classic.
They start with
everything.
the Beatles and just
Yeah, yeah,
play.
and they
like,
play-
You can play anything. Yeah, I
it's like-
mean,
It was hilarious, but
but you need lyrics.
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
A good
yeah.
song has lyrics you can
You gotta
decipher.
write for it,
True.
Yeah. Decipher.
Not
I
all
think the
good.
lyrics probably were decipherable. It's a
Yeah,
voice.
it's
though,
it's
delivery.
the delivery system.
So much hate. I was zoning out. I was just like, there's
Yeah,
just
you-
so much hate in the room. Just zoned out. I was
Eddie,
for the
Eddie,
record-
Eddie,
for the
your-
record, I
Eddie,
don't
your
dislike
poetry's
Pearl Jam.
your poetry's great, but you can't sing. And he's just
I
like,
do like
I'll
a
just
couple
yell.
Pearl Jam songs. I really do.
You're like, you
Even play.
Oh, that's my favorite.
yeah, it's good.
I love the one where he goes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yellow Limber.
Yeah,
That's
get
a
it.
good song.
you know all of them,
Oh, dude.
all the hits.
I know every song they ever did. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
God,
I even
the
know
be-
the deep tracks like River Mosquito.
The best was, and I know I've told the story, but the best was when you and I were going to whatever bachelor party we were going, and we were in the Forerunner, and you forced that shit down my throat for 2 solid hours, and I just sat there getting the shit beat out of me by the sun, the wind, and Eddie Vedder's fucking voice. And he's like, "This one you'll love." I'm like, yeah. Oh, not this one. All right, how about this one where he goes,
I definitely see the difference between.
Yeah.
these
You know,
two.
the funny thing
Yeah.
is the song you liked the best was Do the Evolution, and it's one of those songs where he's not like, like you actually can kind of hear exactly
Yeah.
what he's saying because he's more like screaming and not.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
And you were like, "That's Pearl Jam,"
Yeah.
and it's one that doesn't even sound like. Pearl
Yeah, it's
Jam. Like,
not the Pearl Jam
He's
song.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was good. That one right there was pretty good. I was like, "Shit, that one's an anomaly."
Why'd I play that one for him?
deep cut.
Yeah, I
And
was like,
he
yeah.
actually he enunciates and sings in what is it, Into the Wild? On
Yeah,
that- on
of
that-
cour's.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic.
But he sings there, like
Oh,
it's
perfect. Yeah.
singer songwriter
Over the ukulele.
not
Oh,
yelling.
man. Preaching to the choir, buddy. Woo, man, hot stuff. Hot stuff. Troy loves it.
Love it.
Troy loves that.
Love it.
I don't know if
Can't
that
get
was.
enough
I don't,
any
I don't-
better.
I don't know if Troy had like torture there or sexual innuendos with that whole road trip he just.
Oh, it was
described.
awful. It was pure torture.
I mean, I can promise you he was sweating.
yeah.
There's no AC in that thing.
And Brendan just sees that I'm miserable. And he's like, "But this next song, you will like." I'm like,
But there
"Come
was a
on, dude."
point there where like you were already miserable, and I'm like,
Oh,
take him to hell.
Yeah, you're dragging me down.
I felt like that little mom was standing on the corner in her gray sweatshirt going, "Hey, if he hates it, he's going to really hate it when you get a hold of him. I want you to drive it down his throat, rub his nose in it."
Take him out to deep water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something out there just as a transition.
I don't know.
You're
where-
You guys were
Transitioning?
talking about a road trip. I'm gonna talk about a road trip that involves a car that gets the most reckless tickets.
Ooh,
ever.
I know which car gets the most reckless ticklets.
Ticklets?
Ticklets? Are those tickets you can chew?
No, I know
Is
exactly.
that with your date?
No, I know which car gets the most reckless tickets. Any car I'm driving when I'm 17.
For sure.
Because
how many was that?
I got one
Enough
in an
that I-
85
I-
Chrysler LeBaron.
boom. Yeah, no. So yeah, I got my license. I had lost my license by 17. Boom. Like I turned 17. They were like, "Son, you can't drive anymore." I was like, "Boy, that seems like a really harsh punishment."
This is going to be
for
a long lifetime of this
Yeah.
1 year on, 1
for
year
a guy
off.
who was just merely doing 82 and a 55. Like, is this even a thing?
The car said it would do 82. So
Actually, I was wrong. I didn't get it in my LeBaron. I got it in an 87 four-banger Mustang.
But around 17.
Yeah,
right?
I was 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
17. So the answer to your question is whatever car a 17-year-old's driving gets the most reckless
So
tickets.
it's funny. I was doing 102 down.
See, this shit adds up.
I was
This
doing
science.
102 down Midlothian Turnpike, where Wegmans is currently.
At
How
what
is that even
age?
possible?
At 17, going down the hill, did 102.
Oh yeah, it's that
came
big
up,
dip.
came up to the stoplight, stopped, turned left to go down Old Coach or Old Gun or Old Coach, and cop pulled me over for doing 37 and a 25. I was like, this sucks. I got a ticket, and I was like,
But the best
you
is
could give
when,
me a bigger ticket like 2 seconds ago.
when there is something like that where you know you're extremely guilty and they bust you on like a more minor infraction. I'm always like, that's really fair.
Yeah,
I feel like you're
I was
right.
doing so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Only you had seen me like 6 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
He didn't. Oh, but the cop. That
You
pulled
didn't
me
catch
over
that
was
beer
like,
between my legs? All right, well, I'll just take the ticket.
Fair enough, you know? Just take it. So, all right. So, what are you saying? You have a list of the cars that get the
No,
most
so,
wrecked? So this is like when we
a lot
did
of
the,
a lot of our listeners send in topics, and I decided to send in one myself, which I hadn't done in a long time.
I was going to say, this was from you, right?
I was about to say, I think
You know, a lot of
Let's
our
give it
more
some-
popular listeners.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah. So a Hall of Famer reached out last week. It's Stu.
yeah. But it was pretty funny because it was really relative to someone on the podcast.
Shit.
But one car model is involved in more reckless driving incidents than any other.
Do you remember when
I
we
drive
did
a 16-year-old Honda Pilot with 201,000 miles. I'm guessing it's not me.
My Chevrolet Silverado with 230. Probably
Probably
not, on that
not
list
Lee.
either.
So
Okay.
let's go. It's
Okay.
between the guy who
So-
sent the
Miata
topic
or the
in.
Fiata?
Yeah. The Fiata or the Miata?
The most
So-
reckless? Nah, come on. That's
There's more Miatas on the
Hairdressers
road
don't
than
drive that fast.
anything.
Here's what I think. So, do you remember when we did the most DUIs?
What was that
Right.
It
again?
was the Ram 1500.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
So my vote is for most reckless. If the most DUIs are in a Ram 1500, then most reckless driving also occurs Ram 1500.
I
The
feel like-
logic's
Yeah,
there.
that's logical.
Well, I feel like a lot of Mustang drivers.
I was actually
like
my
a-holes.
my gut reaction was Mustang,
Camaros.
Ram 1500, any asshole in a BMW.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I don't care which BMW.
Especially a cheaper one. Cause
Like
you're
a 300
yeah,
series?
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
You're like,
100%. That dude. You know what the most useless thing on a BMW is? Turn
the
signal.
driver.
Turn signal.
turn
Oh,
signal.
yeah.
Because you literally go by a BMW from the 70s and that bitch, the turn signal's pristine.
Yeah.
Everything else
Yeah,
been
never
touched.
been touched.
Never been touched. Like you hit it and it's like, click, dust pops out. They're like,
Yeah.
damn.
So this article is from the 10th of this month.
Okay, is the Ram 1500 in the list?
Is it a top 10? What are we looking at?
Yes, it is in the list.
You're damn right it's in
Damn.
the list.
So I'm going to go from the bottom
hold on.
going back up.
Is a Mustang in the list?
Actually, no.
Wow. That
Weird.
surprises me.
I can't count that list then. That's
Okay.
not true.
Which BMWs made the list?
So this list is compiled off of looking at 10,000 reckless tickets, like per. Like if
So there's
10,000
gotta
It's a
be
small sample.
No. Like per an area. Like here's this zip code.
All right, so no
And- and
BMWs or
and
BMWs?
like just 10,000. They pulled 10,000 reckless tickets from
So
every
there's gotta
single.
be.
So it's per 10,000.
Okay.
So there's got to be like Accords and Camrys
Yeah,
on there because
your
there's like
common
there's more
cars, yeah.
than
Top
there's-
selling
yeah.
car.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
But you have to understand this article came out this month, and the number 10 car
No, Troy,
Yeah.
is
don't understand.
Oh,
No, Troy,
that's on me. That's on
this
me.
article's from this
I
month.
thought
Are
this
you,
was.
This is what kills
I
me.
thought
though.
this was.
Are
10
you
years
seriously
ago.
talking about last month?
I
Stop. Troy.
I know.
You're
Look,
making a fool.
hey, when I'm wrong,
Troy was from this month.
when I'm
Well,
wrong, I'm saying I'm wrong.
I have a
Okay.
legitimate question.
Oh, God forbid we were just yelling at each other for no reason.
This-
Okay, you do you.
This month, as in November when this comes out, or this
Oh.
month as in October, which it is
what
right
the
now?
twist?
Ooh, this article was written.
Abacus, you son of a bitch.
Dropping numbers on me.
This month.
Whatever this month is,
Whatever this
that
month
you're
is.
listening to it 6 years from now.
Yes. If you're listening to this in August, it's in August.
So
I think all
the abacus
beers are
has a
catching up
flux.
with me.
The abacus has a flux capacitor as alarm clock. So we don't
Yes.
know.
He can just go whatever month he wants. Boom.
All
June,
the months.
bitch.
So the reason I'm saying it came out, the article came out just like 2 weeks ago, is Hyundai Genesis Coupe was number 10.
Okay, the Hyundai Genesis. Okay.
Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
Yeah, that one's pretty.
That can't be right. This not even a car.
Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
The Genesis is its own name now. It's not even a Hyundai.
Yeah, but
it's just a Genesis.
It's just the Genesis.
Yeah.
Coupe.
right.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing now. But
Okay. Go ahead.
the average car is like 11 or 10 years old on the road now.
Troy, I don't think you're understanding. It's from this month.
I'm very confused.
The Hyundai Genesis now.
Okay.
This is what kills me though. The number 9 most reckless driving car is the Isuzu Rodeo.
There's none of those on the road.
Yes, there are.
Apparently,
I
Every
sold
one
my
of them that is on the road
It's
just gets
doing
reckless.
85.
I sold my I had a rodeo and I sold that bitch like
They're still running. Joe
I
Isuzu
sold
is still
my
selling them.
rodeo
You know what though?
4 + 7, 11 years ago.
If you picture a car kind of like pulling up to buy crack somewhere, like the Isuzu Rodeo crosses your mind within the top 5 cars.
Dude,
to
my
pull
rodeo
out.
was sick.
I love a rodeo. I love it, but
And
I'm saying nowadays,
there was
'cause
another
it's
version.
this
of it.
month,
There was a
Troy, it's this month.
Honda Passport.
So
or
that's
something.
10 and 9. But then when you get into now we get into where you
Because
think
they don't
you
even
would
make
go.
a rodeo, so it's
So-
an
They
older
made a
car
rodeo
now.
forever.
But you know what I'm saying? So it is an
Yeah.
older car.
But it was this month.
Yeah.
So
That's
how
what I'm saying.
could
So
it
it's this
possibly
month.
be?
It's weird.
Number
they don't even
number
make 'em.
8 would be the Nissan 370Z.
Well, that's a no-brainer. That car's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hold on, 300,
370Z. Sorry.
370.
That's
Okay.
because you're drifting, you're doing stuff.
Yeah, I could
I
say
didn't-
370.
Hold on, they make a 370.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 270.
There's
There's a 300 and a 270.
There's a
350, 370.
There's a 350 and a 370.
The numbers just change as the new model comes out.
Okay.
Numbers.
It's this
6.
month, Troy.
Let's see here.
See, this month is mostly 370s.
Last month.
Was the 350?
The Chevrolet K1500.
Which just a truck. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
getting close to.
technically
That's
getting
a work
close
auto,
to you.
basically.
That's a work
Look
truck.
That's the
Look
reckless
look at
driving.
Lee over here.
So when you look at this list as a total, you'll see that there's a rural compartment to it and a street compartment
what I'm
to
seeing
it.
is there's the drifters,
And workers.
and then there's the
There's
cars
blue
that were
collar.
all on the drunk driving.
Because we're going from
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
we're going from the Chevy K1500 to the Cadillac ATS.
the ATS.
Yeah.
Not even
The
idea.
Volkswagen CC is number 5.
the TT.
CC.
What the hell
No
is the
idea.
CC?
The
It's
Audi's
the 4-door
TT.
that's a 4-seater. It's kind of like the BMW 600 Coupe.
Okay, we'll take it. Okay, go
Or
on.
the Porsche. What's the Porsche sedan? It's 4 doors,
Cayenne.
but it's 4-door sedan, but it's only
Panamera.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Then at the Ram 1500.
There it is.
Comes
I knew
in
she was in
at-
there. There we go.
That's number
That's
5.
I was
shooting
hoping
fish in
for-
a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Everyone
there's the
who
Ram.
drives a Ram 1500 is either
No, Ram's number 4 actually.
it's like a Jetta.
So
Toyota
Rams
Jetta?
and this is the one that kicks me is the Saturn L200.
Psh, dude.
Dude, they haven't made a Saturn in 10 years.
I understand that, but they're talking about like people that get reckless tickets.
I've gotten a Reckless in a Saturn. I can vouch for this.
Oh,
I
nice.
can vouch for this. This car. It's when you're going super fast. It doesn't feel like it's going that
Well, it's
fast.
plastic,
Oh, the
so
rattling doesn't.
No, it doesn't
it's
rattle.
all plastic.
So here's
I literally pulled into a stop one time, recklessly pulling into a parking space, and
Squeal tires.
there was like a metal pole there, and somehow the little piece that was sticking out wedged in between my doors as I was pulling in, and just snapped the plastic in half on my door,
Nice.
which is a really expensive fix. And on your trade-in value, boy, it matters a
It really
lot.
impacts that.
so
Yeah.
number 2, which is kind of the Dodge Challenger.
That
Number
makes
two,
perfect
reckless.
sense.
Makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
But
And-
but look, before you go to 1, I can't buy that the Challenger's number 2 and there's no Mustangs, there's no Camaros, there's no Corvettes. Like, I'm not buying that shit.
The Mustang should be the number one.
Yes, for
There's
sure.
a very specific Mustang too. It's white. It has like the
Oh,
deer antler
okay.
stickers on the windows.
oh, yeah.
A soft top.
Ooh.
A
ooh.
tail light out, and it's made in like 1996.
Yes, LX or GT.
It's gonna be an LX.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah,
afford
of
the
course
GT.
it is. It's the GT.
You're driving
dude.
it like it's a GT.
That's
It's
exactly
not
right.
a GT.
You're taking it to the limit.
Yeah, oh,
One
yeah.
exhaust pipe,
So-
screaming.
Just so to give you reference, any car model, this is what they're saying, any car model on average has 15 reckless driving tickets out of 10,000 people. The cars on the top 10 list have 50,000 I mean, 50.
50,000 out of 10,000?
50 incidents out of
That's
10,000.
crazy numbers.
But last month was weird.
Yeah, so,
This
yeah.
month.
This
month.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be
Try
last
to-
month.
So
we listen.
your Infinity gets 15 out of 10,000. These cars are doing 50 or more.
Can you give me the number one?
The number one, well, Dodge Challenger, number 2.
Yeah, that's
Number 1, most reckless
Bring it
tickets
home,
per
baby.
10,000 people
bring it home.
is
Drum
the
roll, please.
Miata MX-5,
Yep.
which is what
Who has one of those?
You know what though? I got to be honest. 100%
with
agree with
73,
Yeah.
73 per 10,000. So that's like
The
they're almost
reason
getting-
that is because it's
More
so
numbers.
lightning fast.
Well, and there's more of them.
No, it's because that car is only fun in the high RPMs.
That's
So
the most.
I think there's more 1500s on the road than there are in Miatas, like Ram, Dodge, or
Yes,
Chevy.
the highest selling sports car of all time is the Miata.
I told you guys just a couple weeks ago that I had my daughter in a parking lot to turn. That was just that.
Oh, okay.
I had my daughter in a parking lot, and I did a half donut
Yeah.
to turn around. Like, there's just something about that stupid little car.
It's so
Oh, but
light.
it
that you're
says
like,
it's the
you know what I'm gonna do? A donut with
Yeah.
a child.
but it says it's the 2019
She was
Miata
driving.
specifically.
Hold on, what?
It's the 2019 Miata.
I think
specifically.
there's a certain kind of person though who buys a Miata, and
I
there's
don't buy this. I don't buy this.
This research.
This research, like,
it was last month, Troy.
oh, I
This
keep
month.
forgetting
This
that.
month.
I keep forgetting that.
Here's the problem with the Miata.
Unlike my Google searches, this is Car and Driver.
There's a certain kind of person that ends up in a Miata, right? There's someone who.
Old
Hold on, I'm gonna
With a beard, flannel.
or hairdresser. Just
all
saying.
sound handsome.
All sound like
They
they
all-
got it put together.
They all slay the chicks.
Check. Yeah, all right, all the boxes there. But when you buy a Miata,
Supermodels in the passenger seat.
you've
Yeah.
already resigned yourself to the fact that you want a sports car, right? But you can't afford
can't afford one.
the
Yeah,
sports car. So you're not buying the Porsche.
yeah.
You're buying the Miata.
Oh, is that what the jump? Out of the Porsche.
Yeah. Like
There's
if
no
you
in
only
between.
had
There's
just
a lot of
little
cars
bit
in
more.
between.
I'm not kidding. In my mind, that was the only option. It was either the Porsche or the Miata. And the more
Well,
I
you're a family
ran the
man,
numbers, I was like, the Miata makes more sense.
He's an Axis guy,
but
Japanese
there
or
is
German.
there is a ouch or a Ford Mustang. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, you're a Mustang guy.
I do love a Mustang.
You jumped the Mustang.
I thought the Mustang would be the reckless. Oh, I jumped the Mustang because I wanted a 2-seater roadster,
Yeah.
and it's a 4-seater convertible. It's
he didn't
just-
Yeah,
want
but
a
a lot of
Methmobile.
4-seater sports cars aren't legit 4-seaters.
but when you literally go, there's not even room. There, it's a whole different mentality.
Well, not room or not even a seat.
But I think the kind of
you have
person
to, you have
that
to think
buys
though. This article says reckless. That doesn't necessarily mean speed.
yes,
Well,
it
reckless
means
is 20.
idiotic.
Right.
Well, reckless is 20 over.
Or burning tires down
Or
the street.
Right.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Yeah, burning tires or
Everybody
or
get in the back of my
blasting
Ram
across,
truck. We got 20
blasting,
people. Let's
blasting
go.
across 6 lanes of traffic because your car handles so awesome. But I think when you become a Miata guy, you've already had to kind of recognize the fact that you can't afford the 911 convertible.
Yeah.
You can't afford that next level. So you're like, all right, I'm going to get the Miata. And then when you have that, you hear the ridicule that I take all the time, right?
No.
And when you're behind the wheel, though, you kind of want to like justify it to yourself.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's a mentality where you're like, "Oh yeah, well, I bet you can't do donuts."
Oh,
at
every
35.
time I've driven a Miata, I come out of make a right turn off a red, and it's like I'm gunning it, like
gunning.
Yeah,
you
it's
rev it up.
Yeah.
you let it go because the Miata is more fun and high RPMs.
it's like driving a go kart. I mean, it's
Exactly. And go karts aren't fun slow.
yeah.
Go karts are fun when they're at the limits of what they
That's
can
why
do.
I would never buy a sports car like that because you know it's been ragged out. Like you know it's been put hard in the paint. Like there's
no doubt.
No one's half-assing the Miata.
No,
Like,
the
it's
Miata
not like-
has to be
Yeah.
abused to be fun.
Yeah.
And so I think it naturally lends itself to getting yourself in a bit of trouble. So when I hear this number, I'm not entirely shocked because I see myself. I have had my wife tell me on multiple occasions when we get home and like she's following me, you were driving like an asshole. And I'm like, no, the car demands to be driven that way.
Got to
But
put my foot in it.
But I think you are compensating a little bit because you got the Miata. So you want everyone around you to see. Did you see how I cut across that traffic? Did you see how I busted around you all rad?
It's a
It's
bad
like-
little car. You got to treat it like that.
That's right. It wants a gag in its
I
mouth.
feel like
It
If
wants
that-
to
I
be
feel
spanked.
it wants a
It
heel,
wants to be spanked.
heel in its chest, Put the cigarette out on
Well,
my
I feel
balls.
like if that-
Wait, what? Wait, what are we talking?
I feel like if that article was from this month, the Tesla should have been in there, because every Tesla I pull up next to
Guns it.
guns it off the line.
They do.
100%.
They all flex nuts.
Yeah.
I would too, though. Man.
Right, but
Well, it's
they're-
made to
I
go.
would too, yeah. No, but that's a very good point. I would think that the Tesla would creep into this. Oh,
Yeah.
Again,
did you hear that?
again, it's reckless, not speed.
Again, we agree.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what though? A Tesla driver is like a mentality where you're like, I'm gonna push it, but I'm not gonna speed.
Yeah, but reckless doesn't have to be speed. Reckless can
That's
be
right.
gunning it off the line.
Did you hear that Hertz just bought 100,000 Tesla 3s?
Yeah,
for
they're
rentals?
doing the Tom Brady commercials.
Dude, I am absolutely renting a Tesla. The
want
next
to
time,
so bad.
the next time I go on
I
a
haven't
road
been in
trip
one
that's
yet.
under 300 miles, 100% I'm getting a Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So do you know about the Tesla models, like their speed as they're presented is based off of Spaceballs?
Oh yeah, they have a ludicrous speed one.
Right.
That's-
No,
and
but the
then they have-
top,
they
the
have
top
a-
one is plaid.
They have a plaid. Yeah,
And
because they've
Elon did that
gone
on
plaid.
purpose. I was
Of
like,
course he did. He's hilarious.
He gets it.
yeah.
I mean, that dumbass released the Model S,
Yeah,
the Model 3,
because
the
he was already
X,
taking. He
and
was
the
taking.
Y. Yeah, so
He was
so it
taking-
would spell sexy. I
Yeah.
mean, the dude's he's a frat guy
He's a bro.
trapped in a
He's a-
genius's
yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Which good for him.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad. I can't wait till
I'm
the
here for it.
69 comes out. It's gonna be the best one ever.
Because it was Jay Leno had a plaid version and went 9.1 on the quarter mile. It's the fastest production car now.
So there's a guy who just broke the. Apparently, there's the Cannonball Run. There's
Yeah.
there's an EV
Have you watched
record for that too, and
Oh, really?
the EV one's more difficult because
You got to stop.
you have to
You gotta
stop,
stop
and charge.
and-
You can't just pump gas in it. So even though it's the faster car, it can't compete with the gas ones.
They can't do rolling charges where like you're going 45 and charging next to somebody.
No, so this guy just beat it, and he figured out that the whole trick is that a Tesla charges far faster, like from empty to 50, than it does from 50 to 100.
So he was just going to 50.
He was going to
instead
10
to 50.
to 50, so he would map
would
out
charge
his
more-
whole-
The
he would-
batteries want to soak it in.
Yeah.
If you're
He would
half full,
charge-
they're going to be.
He would charge more often.
Look at you
but
complaining, and now you're.
So he crushed the record by many hours by just charging from 10 to 50 the whole time,
yeah.
as opposed to actually doing the full charge. And I'm like, he found a loophole. Now the guy's got the Cannonball
Well, that
Run
was
for
we
EVs.
talked about last year during COVID. They set the record by
Yeah, that dude
by
did
a
it
lot.
like
They did it
yeah.
in like a Mercedes, and they had like a team of them. They had
Yeah.
guys in the front seat with binoculars to like look.
Well, then
ahead
they have
for
chase
cops
cars
everything.
and
Yeah.
Didn't they have
lead
cop car
cars.
lights or something?
But there was a guy-
funky?
They built the car out. It was a 4-door car that looked like a cop car, so,
so
like,
that people get out of the
yeah,
way.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
Because I think there's a 2011 documentary that was on Netflix. Like the guy that broke the original.
well,
Like, the
they're
guy broke-
they're always breaking.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
it's
this
just-
is like the first documentary
Someone's
before
gonna
social media was
kill
crazy.
somebody.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you don't hear about that.
You have to
There's no-
average like 100 miles an hour to break the record. Like it's crazy.
Here's a pro tip: don't do the Cannonball Run on Halloween.
Yeah, that's the worst time.
Was that a deer?
I just drove back from my buddy's house, and I was doing like literally 15 through the neighborhood.
You're not
because-
even touching the gas. You're just
hell
idling,
no.
yeah.
I was just 15 miles an hour tops because you don't
On the
see
board,
where these.
or are you driving?
No, I go much faster on the board. No, I drove
Oh,
the
you drove
car
back.
back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I drove the skateboard to the party, loaded it in my wife's car, and drove the car back. But I literally was doing 15 tops because kids come out, man, and it's like
Oh yeah.
there's parents everywhere, and everyone's dressed in black, and like it's
Every
not
year it
smart.
surprises me the amount of people that are driving through my neighborhood. And this year it really blew my mind because it's Sunday. And I'm like, I get it on a Thursday when
Yeah, but
you're coming home from work. But now it's like Sunday at 8 o'clock. Where are you going
But
and
they have
coming
no school
from?
tomorrow.
I know,
They
but where are
plan
you
it-
going
yeah,
and
that's
coming
true.
from? Be home.
All right, Lee, lay it on us.
So the
You got
current Cannonball record run
15.
is 25 hours and 55
Set the
minutes.
gas.
Yeah, this
engine
EV
one.
dude
This
did
is
it in
the
like
gas.
40.
This is the one that did it in last year during COVID.
Yeah.
When
This-
nobody was on the road.
They averaged 108 miles an hour.
That's
Is it the
average.
BM
is it the
And you know the
is it the
craziest thing
BMW
about
guy?
that? You have to start in a certain point in
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
The
and
Red,
so
Red Ball
the first
Garage.
Oh yeah, you're going through
couple
Manhattan and
hours?
shit. Yeah.
you're doing bumper to bumper traffic
Yeah.
nonsense. Like it's not a great start.
Oh, it's the same. Like
2,900 miles.
So what did you see? What the EV record was?
I'll look it up.
You said it was what 25.
25 hours, 55 minutes.
Okay,
For
this-
regular.
I honestly, if I feel like I remember, this dude was like in the 40 hours.
44,
So,
26.
yeah, so that's like really not impressive when you run the math that way.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't figure out a way to do like a rolling charge where like you could like at least go 45 or
like,
something.
You know,
like,
Yeah.
like a
like a air
a
like
refueler.
refueling the air.
Yeah.
Somebody will figure that out.
There's also a motorcycle record.
Oh my
Oh, the
god.
guy that holds-
that's
No,
gotta
no,
be insane.
the guy that holds motorcycle records still holds it. Like
Hold on,
it's
hold on.
ancient, if I remember correctly.
So
That's
Ale-
got to be like.
Alex Jones set a new
All
benchmark
right,
of
I'm gonna say
32 hours,
32.
On a motorcycle?
52 minutes.
What year though?
Oh, what is this?
So hold on, it was faster in a car. Oh, you know why? You got to fill up more often.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. But you don't get to
Well,
rest.
you have a
You're on
co-pilot
motorcycle,
in the car.
Motorcycle
You would
single.
think a motorcycle would crush it though.
It would if you could. But you're by yourself. Most people go on a motorcycle ride for 4 hours tops before they have to stop.
So the motorcycle was a 2014 Yamaha. The bike was equipped with a 7-gallon auxiliary fuel
That's a
tank,
huge
radar
tank.
detector, laser jammers, and additional lighting.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like the
huge tank.
lighting. And
Oh,
and
he did this like 2 weeks ago.
well,
October
this month.
This month?
Yeah,
This month?
Not this
Oh
month.
no!
He did this
Last
October
month?
17th.
And it was a 2014 bike.
I love that. This dude's like, and he still holds the record. And he's like, he did it 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. Let's go.
Of course, he still holds the record.
Well, no,
All right, at the end, oh, here you go. October 2021, the EV record was broken twice in the same rented 2021 Tesla Model S long range. They did it with a rented vehicle, too. Like,
Well,
just
why
abused
wouldn't
the
you
fuck
do
out
it?
of it.
Dude,
the
I think
rental,
I
the
got a
rental
shot
company made me go that fast. I wasn't.
Yeah, 40
sorry.
I got a
I'm
shot
not-
at Cannonball running a rented minivan.
42 hours and 52 minutes.
Dude, you put you put the entire bed of your 4Runner as a gas tank. Nobody's gonna pull you over if you're doing 75 the entire way.
Dude,
But you can't. They have to average 108 to
Yeah,
beat
I
the
can't.
record, though.
That full runner could do it in 3 days.
3 days.
It's not going to be impressive, and that's me like getting it.
No, but there's a very cool documentary about from the mid '90s talking about the late '70s and early '80s when Cannonball came into its thing.
If you're
And
averaging
how-
108, it means when you're going 45, you have to average you have to go 160
150
to
pass
like.
it up,
But yeah, the record is what you said 96. So you got to go 180 for every zero. I think that's what it like. If you go zero, you got to go 180 to average 90.
Yeah. I think it's just crazy that, like, for the electric vehicle one, the same rented car in the same month, and they took off.
Two separate people did the same, rented the same car,
No, I think it was the same guy,
style. Oh,
but he rented
Oh.
the same car. Like
yeah, same guy, different teams.
we are. I'm gonna rent a Tesla
wild.
3. I'm like I'm.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine. I'm in for that. That'd be dope.
like that sounds just awesome.
Just rent
I-
one for the week to like drive around here. We'll all split it up. Like,
I think we're
Just
all in on like
rag
the
that
the
thing.
4 of us on the electric skateboard from your house to Troy's house.
I'm leaving Wednesday to drive to Indiana.
But you don't want to have to stop and charge for an hour.
No, I don't want to drive 10 hours.
There you go too.
There's that.
have you heard of planes?
Yeah, well, the problem is nowadays if you're flying 10 hours away, you might as well just drive by the time you get to the airport, check in, and go
That's
through the
because
whole
you.
process.
That's because you fly from a rinky-dink
Yeah.
place. We live in
Yeah.
a rink. You live in New York. You fly anywhere you want.
Yeah.
I wish the Richmond airport was like Charlotte. Like,
Yeah.
I wish that we had
We-
a Charlotte.
We're not a
level
hub.
airport.
Yeah.
But I mean that is the difference right there. Like flying from here, anything under 7 hours, it's almost not worth it because you're gonna have to do a layover. You have to, so like in the end,
Well, and
It's
then when
not
you
great.
fly somewhere too, like where we're going in Indiana is like 30 minutes north of Indianapolis. So like we'd have to rent a car anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
but you could rent a Tesla.
but so I'm gonna be out a few $100 just on the car rental. So
Mm.
it's might as well just drive.
And you like being on your own terms, dude.
And
I
with
love being
kids,
on
that's
long
the
terms.
key. I mean, that's
Oh, you're taking
ultimately-
the kids.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm going. I wouldn't go to. Fucking,
I thought you said it was a work thing. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought that.
No. My youngest son
Nobody
got invited
chooses
to
go
a
Indiana.
diving camp, and it's like
Oh.
a huge diving.
Kick in the pants
Oh,
because you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
help
yeah,
him
you
live
did.
his
you said
dream.
that.
God forbid you're the reason he doesn't go to the Olympics.
Dude, don't go through a rental
But you know
car.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you
I
feel
mean,
like
yeah,
you got to
exactly.
do it, but
Yeah.
you also know the odds are so slim. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're like, a chance is a chance.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to
Maybe
run
this
it.
will be the breakthrough.
Yeah, I mean, he's kicking ass, and like his coach seems to think he can do something. So it's like, all right, let's do it.
Here's a little pro tip, right? If the
Not a
kid
lot
in-
of people dive, so the odds are kind of better.
if the other
Just him and
divers
Jimmy.
are talking
Yeah.
shit, he needs to talk shit
More.
and rub that kid's nose
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
water.
Because
There's
my
no
mama
referees.
said so.
Go push that kid off the fucking board.
Yeah, you need to make that shit happen.
Assert your dominance.
That's how you win.
That's right.
I learned that this week.
Yeah.
And I'm never going back.
Yeah.
All you got to get is through college, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he could get a college scholarship, that's where it's at.
That'd be amazing.
You teach him that triple Indy, call it a day.
That's right. That's the first triple Indy joke I've heard when I've mentioned him diving.
I'm certain it's not. I'm certain it's not. Lee, does that mean anything to you?
I feel like I know it, but I don't.
Do you know who Rodney?
Yeah.
Do you know who Rodney
He's a young
Dangerfield
man.
is?
Yeah.
No, but that's why
He's barely heard of that, probably.
Right.
I love a
Rodney-
generational gap.
I know.
I love a generational gap.
I've heard it in something, but I could not tell you what.
It's the movie
context
Back
is.
to School, and he
It's a
drops
Rodney Dangerfield movie from the late 80s.
and he drops the world's
Oh, yeah, he was
greatest.
born
Yeah.
right
It's-
around
it's
there.
Yeah,
Robert-
exactly. Yeah.
It's Robert Downey Jr. before he was anything
Oh, yeah.
like.
Yeah, he was not Tony Stark.
Do
in that movie.
Seinfeld references do anything for you?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Seinfeld.
On
Okay.
reruns and stuff.
No, like my parents watched it pretty regularly.
Oh,
so
okay.
I used to watch it with them.
Well, I didn't watch it when it was on. Like, it was mostly on reruns when I started watching it.
You know the
Um,
worst
I guess it's
episode?
possible that was
Yeah.
reruns at that time. I
Anything
wouldn't
about
have known.
like Night Court, Cheers, anything?
Ah,
Nothing.
Bull-
Not
Bull
Cheers.
was
Night
I watched
Court was
MASH
awesome.
all the time.
Yeah,
was my
man.
I still haven't
Smash
watched
is
MASH.
awesome.
MASH was great.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what the worst episode of Seinfeld ever was?
The
The last one?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
bad.
that was the worst.
I literally had a porno tape in college, and it so on the end of it, I didn't want anyone to like find it, so I wrote the last episode of Seinfeld
So no one
on
would
the
watch
on
it.
the label.
No one would go near
Literally, no one. There's still, if you go like fumbling around through my VHS, there's one that says the last episode of Seinfeld. I've never been busted.
it. Yeah.
Nobody in
You
their
could
right
leave it
mind.
sitting on the coffee table.
Yeah,
no
and
one
everyone
would go
goes,
near
ew, that's the worst
Gross.
episode.
it. Moving on.
For the record, that episode is 3 hours of glory. That was me like literally getting pay-per-views and recording them with the VHS.
Nice.
Like, I've got it. I've got it. And the movie that it is, it's a knockoff of Multiplicity. It's called
Never saw that one.
Sexiplicity.
That was
Yeah.
that was what's his Batman was in that, right?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Wait. Did I hear this? Is Michael Keaton doing another one?
No.
Yeah, he's coming back as Batman.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
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 Well, he needs to come back as Multiplicity. This movie was great. But this guy realized that like too many women loved him, and he couldn't like keep up. So he
Clone
kept
himself?
He kept cloning himself.
Yeah.
But of course, the clones kept
So it's a
getting
documentary.
yes. So the clones kept getting dumber, just like in Multiplicity.
Yeah.
And so like you get more like awkward dudes banging, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
But so
'Cause I wanna laugh when I
that's
beat
what's on the last episode of Seinfeld.
But what?
and,
But
and a
Michael
couple
Keaton did the
others.
same. Michael Keaton did the same similar movie too. Also, where there were people generating the self.
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Yeah, that's the
That's
name
the
of it.
one. I didn't know that was the name of it. I saw it, but sorry.
Yeah, it came out
Okay.
this month.
Not last
Yeah.
month. This month.
Are you guys watching Dope Sick with Michael Keaton? No one here is watching.
haven't
I
seen it
watched
yet.
one episode of it because you know I'm famous now.
Oh yeah, your
That's right.
initials were
That's
on
right.
the plumbing van.
That's right.
Oh, that was. Yeah, I saw that.
That was
awesome.
And
Gotta-
hold on, wasn't there some hook where like you knew someone who was doing it?
Yeah, so I have some friends that work in the film, and we've had them on. Susan and Sean, they came on on the podcast. This
Talking
was
about the Milk and Honey Etsy.
no.
For the food, their food pod. Or
They came on and talked film.
I thought
that
they
you're
were-
talking
That's
about.
absolutely right.
Remember,
And they
she
took-
took the
took
pictures,
photos of
Yeah,
us.
they took the pictures of us,
Which
so-
are still the best photos we've
Yeah.
ever had taken of us. Remember when we gave a shit?
Yes.
We had like
I'm actually
photographers
wearing.
come
I'm
in,
actually wearing the Find Your
No.
Coast gear from
don't.
that photo shoot.
which is awesome gear. By
Yeah.
the way.
Slimming.
So yeah, Susan and Sean, they both work in film. Susan does set design and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and she hit up my wife a few months ago and was like, "Hey, Troy's dad's a plumber, right?" And my wife was like, "No, he was a firefighter." And she goes, "Oh man, I thought he was a plumber."
She was just looking for a name of a company to put
Yeah,
in
so
there.
she was like, I named the company on the van, the plumbing van. It's my initials. So if you watch episode 1, at near the end, there's a SWAT team in a plumbing van,
Yeah.
and it's got my initials on it.
Yeah, and it pulls right up, and it is like prominent for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Like,
pretty cool. Yeah,
It's in there.
I sent that picture to my mom and some family members. I was like, "Oh, my friend works," and they were like, "Are you for real? You're kidding, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I just happened upon a plumbing van in a TV show
Yeah.
that had my exact initials."
What are the
Like,
odds?
Yeah.
'cause
I'll tell you though, Michael
That was-
Keaton's character in Dope Sick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like it's compelling.
Yeah.
Like I love Michael Keaton in general. Like I
Yeah.
think that
he,
dude's a
he can
good
act. He can act.
and he has a great character in that show, and it certainly one that makes me feel for him.
Yeah.
And so, but I've been all hooked on that show.
Yeah, we gotta watch more. We only watched episode 1. It's like 7 episodes, I think.
Yeah, and they've
Is it a one and done? Like it's 7
I think
episodes?
it- yeah,
I think
I
it's a
know,
or is it
yeah.
mini-series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
so, which I appreciate.
It's basically
I
a
want-
documentary.
I
I mean,
want
it's
more-
real life. Like it's what happened.
It is, but it's also pretty dramatized. Like like
Yeah.
they create a victim
Yeah.
of OxyContin.
Do you
and,
like the? Do you like the like? There's a couple shows that have come out where I like. There's 8 episodes. That's it, and you get
like the Queen's Gambit was a great example of that this past year.
right. It came out. You didn't have to wait till the next week. They just released all
Oh,
episodes at the same
yeah,
time.
when
You're
they
like,
do it all.
You're
Yeah.
done. Yes, it's
I
episode
actually
after episode,
almost
but
prefer that. Like we're like, there's 8 episodes.
Where you can binge
This is the story, and it's over.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait because it starts getting forced after a while.
but
you're
it's
like trying to
it's-
keep it going.
But they couldn't do it as a 5-hour movie.
No, and that's why
No,
they
because
do
who's
it.
going to
as
watch a
yeah.
5-hour movie?
But you just sat there and watched 5 hours of
Yeah, but you
8
don't watch
episodes.
it
Right,
all.
but I'm a
you don't
degenerate.
watch all of it at the same time.
Like I have the option of breaking it up into hour
Right,
Yeah.
right.
pieces.
But I sat and watched Queen Gambit in 5 hours. It was great.
Oh, you're the guy.
I watched one
It was
episode
good.
one night and then all the rest the next day.
Yeah.
Which was me showing like restraint.
Yeah, I made it to 2 whole days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took 2 days.
Stretch
to do
it out.
But I could have done in one or years.
I've now watched that show.
There's just so much streaming content. There's
8
so
out
much,
of 10.
There's so much
Recommend.
content out there. How do you keep
It's
up?
too much. You can't even watch it all. Even if you wanted to, you can't.
I got too much content going on in the background.
Yeah.
We should end this episode so I can get back to this. This
There's-
all happened
there's
this month.
There's 2 old white guys on one screen and another young white guy on the other one.
I started watching
Wow.
Letterkenny,
Just-
by the way. If
Yeah.
you don't watch Letterkenny, that shit's hilarious.
I just found out I have access to it, so I'm gonna start watching.
You've got to watch it, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I just found out. Well, I'm getting
It's
through-
9 seasons, but there's like 6 half-hour episodes a season, so it's not, or 7. It's not like some seasons where there's 20-some episodes, or
I'm wait-
it's good stuff.
Try, I'm hitting this button for you because you said you'd hear it, and I never
Thank you.
played.
Prominent.
It. You were like, it's
Perfect
gonna be
timing.
out here all
Yeah.
the time. I never hit it.
Well, I'll plug the. We're talking about shows. We were talking about earlier. Clickbait. That was a good one.
I'm gonna plug something.
Yeah, that was
too.
good.
I got to plug. If you haven't had a chance to reach out to M4K, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm with you. You go over to m4krichmond.org. This is your opportunity to start donating. Now, I get that this is going to come out just after Shave Day, but that doesn't mean it's too late for you to join the team.
You can
If
still
you're a
join the team.
listener who
When you
listens
hear
to
this,
on
you're 2 days
Friday,
behind the curve.
That's not a whole lot. We still would love to have more people join the team.
We had a guy
raise some money.
2 years ago joined the last day and raised a ton of money.
Heck yeah.
I think he was on steroids.
Set a one-day
he grew
record.
it.
Yeah.
He grew it really quick.
Well,
Yes.
I don't even know that he grew a mustache, to be honest. He just said, like, I'm going to sign up.
Yeah.
And he
I'm
showed
going to sign up
and
and I'm going to get people donating.
rolled in
Ta-da.
a couple thousand on it.
I'm not mad at people bringing in thousands of dollars for children's charities here in the
No.
Richmond area.
We're
there's,
fans.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's put that out there.
Should.
We're fans of that.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I don't care how controversial
yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
willing
taking you're going to die on that hill.
I'm going to die on that. I'm going to put
Yeah.
my flag right here in the ground.
That's right.
I'm going to do it
Yeah.
because I'm crazy like
So
that.
for the record,
big
you're
of you.
saying you're for raising money for children's charities.
yeah, I'm going to do
Locally.
it. I'm going to
All
do it.
locally.
I get that
Yes.
people are going to be upset about that, but that's
and he's
that's a hot
not.
take.
And he's not the vocal parent.
This
in a
isn't
children's
for
football game.
This isn't for children overseas. This is for all local Richmond area children's charities.
literally
Yeah.
kids in need of all kinds, whether that's
Yeah.
kids that are hungry, kids who are suffering from cancer,
All sorts of different
child
charities.
abuse,
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
You're a hero.
There's homeless kids in the
Yeah.
area that need help, and these charities are all trying to help these children, and we're trying to raise money for those children's charities. We're trying to affect their lives in a positive way, and these kids are going through stuff that, no matter which way you slice it, is less than positive.
And truth be
unfortunately.
told, I enjoy raising money for the children more than the adults.
No, there's so much truth to that.
Yeah.
Because adults, I don't know what they're going to do because they have their own demons.
Yeah.
You know who's got a clean slate?
A lot of adults
Kids.
put themselves in these positions. The children, they don't. This is just the cards they were dealt.
Not one. Not one kid.
And we're gonna help them.
I'm hoping that we do.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that, one, grow mustaches.
Grow mustache with us.
Super awkward. But two, just donate. So if you go over to m4krichmond.org, you can find any number of growers. I really don't care who you donate to. I would certainly appreciate it if it was for anyone on the Inside the Pallet House team. But truth be told, if the money just goes into the organization on the whole,
We're okay with that.
that's a good thing. And
But if you want to, click on leaderboard and find our team inside the Pallet House.
it could be at the top, could be way at the bottom. I don't know how this year's going to go.
Find any one of us and make a donation.
It's that easy.
It's that
in
simple.
fact, for this entire month of November, because now we're that month now.
That month.
Next
Not
month.
This, it's so weird. We're talking in the future. I don't want you to donate to our Venmo.
No.
I don't.
No.
I don't want any money coming in here. If you were considering donating to our Venmo, I'd like you to go over to m4krichmond.org, pick anybody on our team or anybody who's growing,
Yep.
and donate your money there, because they can do more good with it. And know that every dollar you donate, 100% of that dollar will go to these charities.
Not 90%.
Not 90%.
100%.
And it'll help us do a little bit of good here in the town.
And
I have enough
can I-
delis to get through the next 4 weeks to 5 weeks.
Yeah, we're good on delis.
So I don't need
Yeah.
delis right
No.
now. You guys have done great in coming out and supporting and bringing them over.
Keep the sport going.
We're stacked. So know that for the next month, while we need your support, we don't
Yeah.
need your support here financially.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to do it.
I was going to say that
M4K
one of the great
Richmond.org.
things about M4K is that it's not a one and done. Like we grow, we raise money in the month of November, but it's not just divvied out at the very end of the month. It's not a one and done. Throughout the year, the checks go out.
They are. They're donating
Yeah.
checks
give
to
it-
different
so it's like-
organizations.
Oh, yes, different organizations, but it doesn't. It's like it's not like a lot of charities. Like, okay, we raised this much money. Here you go.
Oh, they're working
And
all
when
year.
No, you give
when
a
they need
couple
it later,
$100,000 to feed more kids. Those dollars end up in backpacks full of food for these kids,
Right.
day in and out for months. I mean,
Right.
this is a good. So this is actually better, and this is going to sound horrible, than going to your soup kitchen around Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
because now you give a shit. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
being very aggressive. And you're helping out for a day. This is an opportunity to help for the long term.
And look,
Yeah.
you can be part of an organization. And I told this out to, I don't even know how many people tonight when we were trick-or-treating. Like, people think it's cute, and then you go, last year we raised $500,000.
$500,000.
This is real money. This isn't, we raised some nickels and dimes. Like, we put some big numbers
This
up
is
last
not
year.
I
this is
do-
not ITPH money. This is
Yeah,
But
this
I
is
do intend to raise a couple nickels and dimes this year too. Every year it's hard. Like, I think about it, and it's kind of a daunting task, because I know that I want to get, in my mind, my mental goal is $1,000, right? Like, I want to raise $1,000 for all these charities. And if I can get above
Personally.
that, yeah, like that's
Yeah.
always my. If I can't
starting
get there,
goal. Yeah.
then I need to like fix something. And
Can I ask you a question?
not
which is,
easy,
Which
yeah.
goes to the supporters of the M4K. When was the last time since you've been a supporter of M4K that your number you wanted to go didn't get hit?
my first year, I don't think I did super well.
no, but
and
if
I
you
got
put
better.
out, like, it's amazing how many people put out a number that they think is unachievable.
no, and then they
it
get there.
and they
no,
get
it's
there.
100%.
Well, the fact
It's like-
is, if you join, and especially if you join our team,
Troy's the captain now.
we can get you to your number. Like,
Yeah,
we can
Brendan's
get
good
you
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
in some respects.
It's subsidized.
Well, I mean, the first year I joined, when I went to the meetups, like, the board taught me how to raise $1,000. Like, it can be done, and
Here's-
it can be
here-
done easily.
Here's an honest revelation. For the last like 3 months, I've been paying down my credit cards, because I do know that I do like to support my team members, and you don't think it's a lot, but like, I'll throw $25 here, $20 here. Well, when there's 20 team members, that starts to add up
Yeah.
quickly. But like, that's something that I enjoy. Like, I want to help my team.
Yeah.
So if you do join the team, like, You'll probably
Oh,
get
we
20
pick
bucks
each
from me at
other
some
up. Yeah,
point.
we pick each other up.
We'll help you out. Because I want to donate that money. I want it to go to the good cause. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to mine because it look a little schmucky if I was like, Brendan donated to Brendan another 25 jackpot.
And it's nice. It's easy to donate when you know 100% of your money's going to the
That's the truth.
to the charity. Yeah. And I tell you, and we mentioned this, and altruism's one thing, but like you get dope swag when you join and raise money. Like the hats are nice, the T-shirts are nice, the koozies. There's all the glasses. I mean, there's some crazy dope swag that's already taken care of by a whole nother donor.
You know what I would like? Mustache dye. Now that I've experienced
mustache mascara,
the thrill of cheating, with my beard, boy,
I'll talk
so
to
much
Mike and
thicker.
see if we get some mascara tossed into the swag.
Some M4K mascara.
I would love that. I would be ecstatic because I certainly need the help. Everything's so gray. It's like I'm old.
Have you considered
it's like
not
you're
being
old?
so old?
I don't think I am. I feel pretty youthful.
Yeah, I'm not understanding how I wake up every day older than I was.
So weird.
Today it's artificial.
Never been older than I am
You
right
went
now.
from 40-something to 28.
But on a positive
don't
note,
need that.
I've cured my Benjamin Button syndrome. I'm just getting older. No, honestly, thank you guys so much for listening. And if you do get a chance to head over to m4krichmond.org, we would appreciate it.
Do it.
This is the month to do it. You're going to hear about it all month. That shouldn't be a shock to you if you're a long-time listener.
All donations count. $5, $10, $500. We'll take them all.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was like 510. I was like 500. Hell yeah. 500 sounds
I switch it on.
amazing. No, I was pretty excited. But we will take it any level that you can spare. It would be very helpful. On another note, if you want to rate or review, BooBoo's furious at choice instructions.
I obviously don't know how to rate and tell you all how to rate and review your own apps that I know
Troy,
nothing about.
can you pick an app and then figure
I
it
have
out?
the Apple one, and you just scroll down and you click 5 stars, and you can. It takes literally 30 seconds. Everyone else, I can't help you.
Do you want to try to find another app and
No, I do
work
not.
through it?
Because I don't even listen to like. Joe Rogan went to Spotify, and I gave up on Joe
So
Rogan.
I will say, I listen to a lot of podcasts on Spotify, and they don't have a rating system.
So
on
BooBoo's
there.
correct on that
So,
front. Spotify.
That's unfortunate.
That's why.
Okay.
But I made sure. But all right, BooBoo, you can just go to Apple Podcasts or whatever your basic ass podcast app is. You can probably hit a subscribe or do a rating, and then go back to whatever your OG is, whatever your regular is.
Okay, I kind of like this attitude. You're
Nice.
like, go find another app.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Whatever.
From
Still,
one
You know what
closet
we
to
haven't been
another.
doing
Still
a lot
fuck
of?
you, BooBoo. For
How
your
about can we get
talk.
back to the Cincinnati swaps?
Yes,
Yeah.
those
That's
always
easy.
work.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
Now that we're kind of living in the normal-ish world,
Yeah, we're interacting.
you can touch
again.
people's phones again. I had people let me touch their phone today, and I was like, that felt weird. Normal.
You had someone touch your wife's phone earlier
well,
when he brought it
he
over.
brought it over. That's a gentleman. Shout out to my boy Jason. But if you get a chance, grab your buddy's phone. Sign them up for Inside the Pallet House. It certainly helps us.
Doesn't hurt, and it costs nothing.
It costs nothing, and now
Yeah.
they are a subscriber. And now when they're like trying to go to bed at night or mowing the lawn or going to the gym, don't do it in the gym. We're freaking hilarious. You could end up dropping weights on yourself and kill yourself. Super funny stuff. But
Some of our best listeners died that way.
if you haven't had a chance to head over to Nectar Sunglasses, drop Bowflex, the coupon code, you get 20% off. And if you're looking for a mortgage, I don't know when these rates are going to go back up, but I assure you they will. Head over to Screen Door Mortgage. Reach out to them. They'll get you the best rates you're looking for. And the thing that I think is more important than anything, they'll make the process very simple and walk you through it so you feel very comfortable with it.
Free
Jimmy will
screen
take care
door
of
with every mortgage.
you get
right?
a free Yeti cup,
Oh.
which is fantastic. Oh, sorry. It says Screen Door
Yeah.
Mortgage on it.
I don't know how it works.
Yetis raise their prices. Screen door might be better.
Yeah, of course, Yeti's raising their prices. It's a
Of
better
course.
product.
Yeah,
Stu.
Brendan.
they just came out with those
Lumberjack.
prices this month.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be
Everything
talking
happens
to
this
you.
month. What? Everything happens this month.
Cheers. I guess I nailed it.
Cheers.
Watch that replay.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
100%.